shy for love. I've been hurt before. All's fair in love and war. So I snuggle up close to the shell I'm living in. And if I let you in, another round begins. No, I'm spinning in a vicious cycle. I'm scared of doing something I'll regret. Maybe this is right, but I'm still staring at your silhouette. What if you're everything I need? A fire in my heart, the air I breathe. What if I'm incomplete without you by my side? What if I go against my heart instead of confessing from the start? What if I miss out on the life meant for us? I need you by my side.
Should I be scared? The feeling's so different now. You got me floating here, a feather in the air. Oh, but when the wind blows, will I tumble or sail away? Or would you have me stay? And what if I escape? I know
I'm spinning in a vicious cycle. I'm scared of doing something I'll regret. Maybe this is right, but I'm still staring at your silhouette. What if you're everything I need? A fire in my heart, the air I breathe. What if I'm incomplete without you by my side? What if I go against my heart instead of confessing from the start? What if I miss out on the life meant for us? I need you by my side, by your side. I'm not afraid. We found something that'll never fade. We can be ourselves and figure out the rest along the way. What if you're everything I need? A fire in my heart, the air I breathe. What if I'm incomplete without you by my side? What if I go against my heart instead of confessing from the start? What if I miss out on the life meant for us? I need you by my side. I need you by my side. I need you by my side.
Hello, everyone. Let's hope that everything is firing up properly. I've again played with a whole bunch of my settings on my Stream Deck, so hopefully I'm actually broadcasting and not echoing, which I shouldn't be, thankfully, this time. So we found out what the issue was with my echo on my microphone. It was due to the way... I'm not echoing, am I?
I'm so sorry.
How am I echoing?
Oh, you stopped. For a second you were.
Odd. All right. It shouldn't be, because it was absolutely fine.
Oh, wait a second. Is it me that's echoing?
Is it me that's echoing?
No. Weird. Okay, when I
okay?
first hopped on, you absolutely were. And then halfway through your sentence, you cut off.
And it stopped echoing.
And it stopped echoing.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, there's a setting in the Rode Procaster, which is what we're mixing everyone's sound through other than mine.
Okay.
And
I'll
it's
keep
connected
listening for a while.
through the computer through USB. For some unknown reason, which Rode is not 100% sure of either, the Wave microphone, which I'm using, was looping back through the Rodecaster, so there was just a setting called Mix Minus, which removes my mic. It was just odd because nothing else was echoing during the stream, just my mic. Even when I swapped to my overhead Rode mic, it wasn't doing it either, so it's weird. But anyway, we got it fixed, so I do want to thank Luke at Rode for working with me for almost a month of emails back and forth trying to get this thing figured out. That's absolute wonderful customer service with those guys. So I believe Rode is actually Canadian as well, so even better. So thank you very much for all that. So where we had left off, you guys were in the Aldori Manor on the East Wing. You had just
Fighting for our lives.
you had just started finding out that a group called the Black Tier Bandits had attacked the manor. You had dispatched a few of the guys. You had picked up Lindsay in the library.
Fought an ogre. A blind
Where you
ogre.
fought a blind and itchy ogre.
And Colonel Mustard.
And
had
Colonel
the
Mustard,
candlestick.
yeah, exactly. And then you had just made your way into a room, a very large room, with a very beaten up cloud giant.
Fortunately.
And you had just defeated him, where you found 3 of the companions that you had met during the Great Feast.
I believe actually Corey was a
Amiri?
frost giant.
Frost giant, sorry. They're blue.
They're all blue.
Where you found Amiri, Haram, and Valerie unconscious in the pantry. And you can tell that they had just had a very long, hard struggle with that giant. The giant had a broken arm, had a whole bunch of crossbow bolts stuck out of it, or, so it went through the ringer. At that point, you had just searched the rest of the area, and I need F9. There we go. You just hit the rest of the area and found the doors to the Great Hall were barred from entry, and you just had knocked on the door, and that's where we will pick up from there.
We have an image of some guy with a lute strapped to the door. It was barred.
In the frets of his lute is an immovable rod.
Yeah.
Ooh. The shaft of my filter's fork is going to be
So you guys pound on the door, and you hear a challenging call from behind the door to state who you are.
'Tis I, Oblar Hilltopple, and my boon companions. We're here to rescue you. Or fight you, depending on who you are.
But
Who are you?
all of a sudden, Oblar is the protagonist. Hey.
The call from behind says, "I'm Lieutenant Evenzi of Lady Jamandi's home guard."
Prove it.
You prove it.
I told you to prove it first.
Well, I can't because the door's barred.
Not how burden of proof works.
Well, unbar the door, and then we can prove it to each other.
Oh, it's barred from our side. I thought it was barred from
Oh
the
no,
other side.
they haven't. They
Barred from
have
their side.
stuff piled up against the doors.
They're barricaded in.
Okay.
Clear the door so that we can get in there. We are not with the black tears.
We killed the giant
Yes, we've killed the giant. He's dead.
and the ogre.
Says, just a moment. And you hear him walk off. Lindsay and you guys did manage to wake up Amiri, Harem, and Valerie. So Amiri is the human barbarian that I believe Carly got into a food eating competition with at the Great Hall,
And gifted her with a
Yes.
and gifted
plus
you
one
with the dagger.
Yeah. That I have to
Harem
kill
was the
something
dwarven
big with.
cleric of Grodius that
Hey, buddy.
our druid had chat with, and Valerie was kind of the noble fighter. She's not a paladin, but she was
that I
purporting
seem to
herself
bond with.
very, very well. And of course, Lindsay, the halfling bard who you picked up a little while ago.
Who you bonded with quite well.
It's not,
You woke up.
it's not as drunk as you think I am.
All right, so what is
Where I'll be drinking.
Amiri kind of blinks a little bit at you. She's very sore. She collects her great sword from the ground, and she looks at Oblar. Says, "There's probably another way in." She goes, "Just follow me," and she takes her through the room that was kind of like a little kitchen. It was through the washroom, like literally the washroom. There was one with the pipes and a couple of bathtubs and stuff. She walks over to a wall and goes, "Guess you guys never saw this during the feast." And she hammers on the wall, and you hear a door unlatch.
This is Lindsay?
No, this is Amiri.
Oh, okay.
No, we were talking to people, not castle for secrets.
Well, I wasn't really searching, but she says, "Well, you'll understand in a minute." She swings open the door, and you get this wafting smell, this kind of dank odor, and you step into the privy.
Oh, bad smell, not good smell.
Yeah.
Oh, and the privy would be connected to the hall, because of course you want to be able to get into the Jakes from where you're having a party.
Exactly. So she goes, "All right." She goes, "Well, if you want to get in that way, I'm guessing they probably didn't barricade the shitter," she says.
Well,
Wait, does this require us to crawl into the shitter?
No, you just walk past it.
Okay.
It's literally a bathroom.
Just
yeah.
making sure. Just making
Two
sure.
doors.
Okay, just making
Like
sure.
ours.
Yeah.
yeah, access to the
I
kitchen,
understand now.
as well as access for
Just the way she's like.
for the feaster.
I think you. Anyways.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty. They're pretty dumb if they didn't think.
Well, they're probably like us. They didn't even notice the door was there.
Yeah,
They live and work here.
when you guys take a look, you really don't see the outline, especially when you get in there and you close the door.
Oh, the door from the kitchen is pretty hidden. Okay.
Yeah. All right. You guys walk in to a very chaotic scene. The Great Hall looks much different than it did hours ago during the feast. 3 of the long tables have been turned on their sides and pushed against the large entry doors to the south to form a makeshift barricade. Dishes, broken goblets, and bloody stains mar the floor, while at least a dozen bodies lie against the east wall. Lady Jamandi's guards gather at the barricades and in front of the double doors leading to the west wing. These doors are sealed, and several tapestries have been torn from the walls and wedged into the gap between the floor and the door in a feeble attempt to keep smoke from flowing into the hall from an apparent fire in the manor's west wing. Oh, hello, R2.
Jeepers. You guys were pretty busy in here.
Which startles several of them. You see them all basically grab, hands go to hilts. A large man with gray eyes and closely cropped black hair, bushy eyebrows, and a thin mustache steps towards you, and you recall him from the feast as Lady Jamandi's guard, and this is the gentleman who declared himself as Ivenzi through the door.
Like, whoa, we've wounded. We have wounded, and we come in peace. I'm holding my filter's fork.
He kind
But
of
it's got a sausage on it.
breathes out a...
Snag the sausage while we're passing through the kitchen.
He breathes out a sigh of relief as he sees your group come in.
And you filched a sausage.
He says, what transpired in the East Wing?
Many bad things.
Assassins killed a lot of people.
And many of the adventurers that were invited here are dead.
There was a
We've managed to rescue ourselves and these four.
Yep.
And there's three others. And these four, but they're all wounded. And this looks like a... Oh! This looks like a nice place to take a bit of a rest and treat our wounded.
Yeah, we fought a troll.
But I think we've taken care of all of those in the East Wing. Killed... What is it? 3, 7, and the giant. Oh, and an ogre.
Oh. Well, that's good. I'm glad that the East Wing seems to be
Weird.
cleared. Yeah. We'd feared that everyone on
there
the
are
East
many
side
dead.
had been
there's
perished.
a lot
So
of dead.
it's good to see some survivors. He says.
I think there's at least 10 dead. Or missing. No, we haven't seen her. The
The only
portcullises
thing
are
you
all
see
down.
was the statue, but it was not of Lady Jamandi. It was of her patron.
The portcullises are all down.
Currently.
Yes, and so it was blocking the stairway up from our sleeping area and the exit to the outside.
Yeah, he says, I can't, and he says, even if I could raise the portcullises, he says, I wouldn't. They are meant to limit the movement of invaders, and the levers to raise them are located upstairs. They'll stay lowered until we retake the
I
manor.
was just telling you so that you know your defenses have been activated. I'm sure I could have raised them myself, but
Good job. We'll take it from here.
I thought it wise not to. If we could take a few minutes here, we could help treat some of the wounded.
He says,
I think we have about 3 of us that are skilled in medicine. Not, or just 2 of us.
Me for sure.
Yeah, I am as well.
he says, well, all we know is armed mercenaries along with several giants attacked the manor. Lady Jamandi rallied her guards here, and after some tough fighting, we drove them off, though it was a near thing. Some of the attackers fled to the East Wing, but most of them fled to the West Wing.
Where's Lady J now?
She ordered me to hold the Great Hall, then took a squad of 8 guards with her and went to clear out the West Wing. Her goal was to retake the dueling hall at the far end of the manor, so I'll wager you'll find her there.
Sorry, the West Wing?
Yeah.
Shall we treat
We're
our
in the East.
shall we treat the wounded and head on after her?
Yes.
Yeah.
You want to take a short rest?
There's the hallway leading to the Great Hall, and several of the guest chambers next to it have been set ablaze. But we also heard the clashing blades coming from the West Wing as recently as a few minutes before you arrived. So I think the rooms further west are still safe. Getting to them is risky, but certainly possible.
So,
He fell off. He really did. It's funny.
or do we just leave our wounded here? Oh, is the cleric trained? Are you, sir, trained in healing as well? Medicine?
Yeah, I think time is of the essence. If
Yeah, if there's a fire, leave.
I think maybe we'll leave you here to treat the wounded, and we will go
After
see what Lady J is doing.
how's the rest of our party looking for?
Yeah, Harem just looks at you, kind of nods, says, I'll do my best here. Amiri, myself, and Valerie are really in no shape to continue. Lindsay, on the other hand, is bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, kind of just staring at all of you. And
You want to come, Lindsay?
it's like, could I?
Well,
Sure. Yeah.
you're just as heroic as the rest of us. You did a pretty good job against that ogre.
You just see her just like fully blush when you say that, and just get really.
Aw,
like-
she's got a crush on you.
And you see her just like, I'll do my best, she says. All right. Anything else you guys ask or do before you move into the West Wing?
Is there any material aid they can provide us?
Nope.
Is there anything?
Anything we had, we've already used to bolster our forces.
Okay. Is there any locations in that side of the manor that we should know about?
There's a dueling pit, the main area. There's a trophy room, several guest quarters.
Dueling.
Sorry.
Does your
There's
guard?
a shrine, an armory, a games room, a few other things like that. But this is honestly, your best bet is just to kind of get there as quickly as possible. He says.
Fire.
Does your
Fires.
do your guards have any sort of sign countersign to identify themselves?
They're going to be in Lady Jamondi's.
Right, but if we're in a similar situation where there's someone barred themselves, is there something we can tell that will let them know that we're on the friendly side?
Not particularly, but I mean, you don't look like the murderous Black Tears. You don't have any any eye tattoos,
Some of us don't.
and and he says,
This is me looking in my compact, touching up my makeup.
yeah, exactly. I have to go powder my nose. He slips off again. Like, he says, no, most of the guards probably will recognize you from the feast last night.
Okay.
Yeah, that should be it.
Right. Then we shall sally forth.
I'll nab 10 more bolts from the pile of bolts we have for the hand crossbows that we've like got numerous hand.
I think those are back in our room, though.
Okay, I got 10 then. That's okay. I got a sling with 10 as well. And ammo on your sword.
Yeah, it's
Good.
it's good. It's maxed. Nice, sharp, polished, rust.
Right.
The linseed oil on it.
I think about as ready as we could be. Let's head into the fiery conflagration that is the West Wing.
I'll indicate for you.
After you. Fine, I'll go.
Sure.
I looked down at my adventurer's gear.
Yeah, I've got my armor back on and my shield, so
Look at you guys in your armor.
All right.
Please, by all means.
I put my cape back on because I'm going to have two
me and my
weapons in my
kit.
hand.
Let's go.
I'll wave over one of the soldiers and it's like, just open the door for us and we'll go on through. And
All right, as you
Have
guys
him open the
exit
door.
the Great Hall,
slip out the door.
This wide hallway is filled with billowing smoke. Further ahead on either side of the hall, several open doorways are illuminated by
Gotta get rid of
flickering
the sausage.
flames.
Sorry, on what side of the? Sorry, where are the flickering flames?
Up the hallway.
Down the hall.
Do you have any ability with fire?
Slight fear of it?
Stop, drop, and
Oh,
roll.
this is exiting the hall?
Yeah.
You want our minis on here, or
I'm okay with the token.
that's what's up on the feed, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Look, we can see something.
Yeah, let's give it a second here. Why? Yeah, okay, let's go.
Tweak.
Oh, and I need.
Right, so I see some doors off to the south,
Oh, hey, Lindsay.
southwest. I want to go check out those quarters first, make sure there's nobody in there.
Yeah, maybe look for water in there. Or like sand or something.
Even blankets could work for beating up fires.
No, I've already said I'm headed down the hallway, so you guys can open doors and check, but
So the thick smoke fills the hallway, making it difficult to see and breathe.
Oh, we're definitely gonna want a blanket.
Oh, I tie a hanky around my mouth.
yep.
Read it from my canteen and tie it around.
I do that too.
Cloth.
And
Get tied on.
I
Down
get
on the ground.
lower? No.
You and I are.
I picture you like limboing down down the hallway.
Yeah, me and Tweet crawling along the floor.
So you're eye to eye with me right
And
now.
we'll take a look in this room here.
As I'm
This
standing
is the
up.
garden.
Just a dwarf, I'm not that tall.
So what you see in
I'm
here,
2'7".
I'm not that short either.
it looks like a guest room, and it's been completely set ablaze.
Close
The doors have been burned to rubble.
Oh, okay, so
You can see in the mess we walk.
So there is no door.
we really need to walk into the room, but
As you look in there as well, Keith, one thing you notice is you see on two of the beds charred corpses.
Oh no.
Didn't even make it a bed.
All right, what are the rest of you doing?
Me and Tweak are heading down the hallway.
I'm waiting for someone else to take the lead.
I fall
I
behind.
was doing as suggested, looking in the room, and it's amazing. Nothing but deaders in here.
Lindsay will also. Okay.
That'd be.
All right. I need
Uh-oh.
everyone at this point. Will have to make a fortitude save as the smoke is billowing through this area.
Button crunk.
Which one?
Lemon
I'm gonna
24
natural-
you know
on
what? I think I
my
forgot to actually change
fortitude
my,
save.
My crits and misses.
Natural 20.
Second.
Right, it says 6 and 4.
Yep.
How dare you?
Hey, listen.
Well, that's critical successes and critical failures.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely not using real dice. They hate me.
Jay Bear says the echo still happens. I think when Corey turns his head to the right.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like Corey's being picked up on keys.
Oh, that's some analysis.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds
Thank
like
you, Jana, for watching so carefully.
said that a while ago, actually.
Yeah.
Dice are fired.
Wait, your right or his right?
She,
I think this camera right here also is on my.
not supposed to be.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I also heard Owen getting picked up on Keith's mic a couple of times too. Not your fault. This is sensitivity.
It is your
microphone.
fault. It's all your fault.
Just like that, we can fix it. All right, now Keith gets a crit. There you go.
Put me down for a 1.
Oh no.
Oh, that's
Yeah, it's bad. Which is why I'm not going to be using real dice anymore because they're screwing me over.
you know. Last night we loved Shauna to death, and she almost killed us
Using the pink one.
multiple times. Her dice could not miss. Her creatures could not fail saving throws. Us, on the other hand, was a comedy of fucking errors.
Yeah.
All right,
Get to
Carly,
find
what'd you
out.
get
We're
for
gonna
a
try
42
this
save?
on here.
13.
Okay, you are sickened 1. And you take 1 point of non-lethal damage. Gwen.
My fantasy grounds is frozen again.
You are sickened 2 and take 1d6 persistent non-lethal damage. So every round on your turn. Right? Yeah, every round on your turn, you will take an additional d6 damage. You take 1 non-lethal damage.
So that was Carly?
No, Carly is sickened 1 and takes 1 non-lethal damage. Gwen is sickened 2 and takes 1d6 persistent non-lethal damage.
Better one.
I rolled a 17.
You are success. You are sickened 1 with no other effect. So the DC, you hit, but you didn't go 10 over. But because you got a D20, it does become a critical success. Bumps it up the chart 1. So you are unaffected by the smoke this round. You are inside a smoke-filled hallway.
Smashing windows.
Question is though, do us short people get a bonus?
Nope. Keith, when you look into that other room, you see plain stone walls and polished floors have become stained with smoke. At the far end of the room, atop a stone dais, stands a marble statue of an armored half-elf woman. One of her hands clutches a heavy shield while the other is clenched into a fist over her heart. All right, what do the rest of you do now?
I have a potion.
Okay.
Fire resistance.
So that will
What does that
only
mean? Yeah.
affect by fire, not smoke.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't really want to
Said
use
there was
for
someone in
stuff,
this room.
but I will if it means I don't die.
Yeah, I've lowered the DC a little bit because you guys did put cloths over your mouth, but it's still not enough. This place is actually fairly billowy.
I think the hallway is lined with doors.
I'm gonna move to there, Corey, and try to
Yeah, do we have-
see if I can identify what statue that is. That
Give me a religion check, please.
I will try to smash some windows if I can.
9. looking at this. Virtual dice gave me a 23. The
Okay,
real dice,
listen.
I rolled a 1.
17.
You identify it
brand
easily
new one,
as
too.
Milani.
The same one that we saw.
Same one
one
in
in-
yeah,
yeah.
that's her patron deity.
Okay.
What do the rest of you do?
No, because the last statue. Permanent.
You know what? I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
Did it?
Oh, I mean.
All right,
Yeah,
so
it did.
Owen's going to cast Detect Magic for his action this round. What is everyone else doing?
Like eyeing up your potion.
What are you guys doing for your actions?
Are there windows in this hall?
One in this room.
Fire?
Yeah, but the room is on fire.
Yeah, we just need to keep going down the hallway and get out of here.
Maybe
Yeah, I think so.
not give the fire more oxygen by opening a window.
Let's just head down the hallway and get out of here.
Yep.
Probably a good plan.
I'm fine with
If
that.
you want to stop and do other things like, detect magic, you will have to be forced to take another saving throw.
Yeah, no, I'm just getting out of here because
I use all 3 actions.
Not
to
doing well.
Get down to the door and open the door and get out.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going to Detect Magic and then move a little bit.
Okay, and I will need you to make a fortitude save, please.
You mean me?
Yep.
That's a 10.
You are
Oh,
sickened
Lindsay,
now. You were originally sickened 1. You are now sickened 2.
Okay.
And you take 1 non-lethal damage. Gwen, at the end of this round, you are taking persistent damage. You take another 4 non-lethal damage. Lindsay. Lindsay has a +4 to her save.
In and out of character. The
Are you
coughing.
gonna add these conditions in?
I can add them, but it won't do anything unless you're rolling the virtual dice.
I'm going to be
Like nicer than Pathfinder, though.
Yeah.
It's a nice reminder.
rolling the virtual dice because they are so far rolling much better than the real ones.
You might want to throw sickened on.
All right. Oh, no. Sorry, Eldar. You are not so good. You're the one that actually made it through. Lindsay.
Solomon, that was. No?
Yeah.
I have correct. I have correct notes.
Out of here.
All right. As you guys make your way through, Lindsay pops up with you. You open the next door.
If I see anything,
No.
then I will turns follow the rest of the group. Once we're out of it, you can take the recover action.
Out first.
Yep.
Actually, one quick thing. So I need to pull up a character sheet. Where are you?
So reduces my AC being second.
There we go. Turn that there.
Shadow.
All right. Okay. Why is this not letting me put people through the door? The fuck is this thing doing? Door Doors are open. Oh my goodness. Okay. 1 second. I'm not sure exactly why it's not letting me. Okay, those are open.
It's a tarp.
Oh, I know. Hang on. I'm an idiot.
Pathfinder.
There we go.
Ah.
All right. Drifting coils of smoke waft in the air of this finely furnished room. Padded chairs and side tables are set along the west walls, and a thick burgundy carpet covers most of the floor. Oil paintings hang on the wall, and shelves contain statuettes and other small art pieces. As you open the doors, you notice that the smoke in this room is less than in the hallways.
In, last one in, close the door behind you.
Hallway.
Yep, keep moving down the hallway.
No, that is just a door.
Come on, Lindsay.
I'll go into the room.
I will be the last to step through the door. I'll make sure everyone else gets in.
Oblar, Hilltopple, and the Hilltopplers?
Yep.
Hilltopplers. You're the worst Motown group ever.
It makes me wonder, how do you topple a hill?
A lot of digging involved, I'm sure.
I was gonna say, heavy machinery?
Well, do I have a story for you?
Oh, God.
I think
A lot of
it's not the
digging
same as
involved, maybe
toppling.
some enslavement of goblins.
So once everyone else is through the door, I will close the doors behind us.
What you also see is, so as Keith, as you go walking in, one second, get me out of my-
Oh, yeah.
so as you actually get to like here, sorry, I gotta move my map. There we go. Do. Oh, and I have to. Whoa.
Hello.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to control it from being the wrong way here.
There we
There we
go.
go. That's what happens when you're looking at things from the wrong side. You see a very familiar form lying on the ground, unconscious. It is Tartuccio.
They all go, oh no, I go,
Well, he's a dick, but he doesn't deserve to suffocate and die. He's got such
not
pretty
before I rob
robes.
you. I'm in here by myself.
You brought cheese. You are.
I'm gonna check his pulse and
You want
his
crackers
pockets.
too?
Okay.
Oh, you brought crackers too. Okay.
Okay.
While everyone else comes passing by, get in. I will check Tartuccio's pulse and pocket. If anyone asks, this is the new way we do the checking if he's still alive.
You really did bring your own little charcuterie.
Trained in medicine?
No.
No.
No, I'm not. That looks right to me.
This is the new way.
And some baby. I have both jalapeno and smoked tomato.
Spread out my duelist cape so that Sienna can't see.
We have two different kinds in the fridge right
Like
now.
it. You know what? She's distracted. You're good.
Yeah.
I'm not eating crackers.
And
Mine are
crackers.
eating his charcuterie lunch that he brought with him.
I just ate a whole bunch of bacon at home.
This is not a surprise.
I also had bacon this morning.
So did we.
Bacon and peanut butter.
I Had hash browns and scrambled eggs.
Bacon and eggs.
Okay, so
Better
you check on Tartuccio.
I haven't gotten there yet. I keep trying to work up to it. I'm not ready.
Corey, I'll have a quick glance in this room that I'm right by before I
Another burning room with
just making sure there's nobody in need of
Ian Tweaker, go into the room.
extraction.
no,
Turns
you
his
see
head to the side as he's running by.
yeah, you see just a lot of again more burnt bodies.
Solomon find a pulse?
Sorry?
Did he find a pulse on Tartuccio? Is
Yeah,
he alive?
Tartuccio's alive. Oh,
More
absolutely.
importantly, does he have anything in his pockets?
He's alive. Just sleeping.
Character in my Warhammer Fantasy character, I check the valuables first and then to see if they're alive.
I'm doing it simultaneously. I got a hand in his pocket and a finger on his neck.
He coughs a little bit as you put your fingers on his neck. You don't seem to see anything loose inside his pockets.
Wake up, man, wake up! There's no time for napping.
Start carrying valuables, would you? God damn it.
That is not how you resuscitate a person.
Probably.
Well, you're obviously better at this than I, so
He
I make way for Sienna.
he kind of drags himself over to one of the chairs.
We're all moving into the room then?
It's literally just
Close the
one
door.
leg. I was trying to cover it up.
Close the door, man. Were you born in a barn?
And you guys close the door.
I'll live with it.
Just reopen the door, Corey, because I closed them.
We're all hacking up lungs. Yeah.
Yep. As you guys get out of the smoke, you are.
Cover action.
Yep. Yep.
Correct. Self included.
You'll have to make another fortitude.
Sorry, what was that?
You have to make a fortitude save again versus the DC to remove
Snack
one
more
level of sickness.
as I bite my sausage. That was the last piece of sausage on my.
The fortitude one?
Push the button, Kronk.
Which one?
Oh, crit save!
Natural save. Natural 20.
Oh my god, shall we
24.
keep going? Push the other button.
Oh Jesus!
We're not using that now either.
Puking up a lung on the
Yeah, literally.
Blood everywhere. Let's do this one next.
Yes, much better.
Was that a critical save, sir?
It is.
Nice. So I got rid of 2 levels.
Yes, correct. You just do not get rid of the second effect. You don't get any worse. You're out of the effect that is giving you the second. And Gwen, you managed to make your save, so you reduce your second by 1,
Yay.
and you remove the persistent
Okay,
damage.
oh good. That hurts.
Are you injured, friend?
Only a little bit.
So Tartuccio kind of sputters a little bit, coughs,
but you didn't.
looks up and sees you guys and goes, "Oh, it's you."
Yes, we rescued you.
Actually,
You're indebted to us.
Sure.
we're actually looking
He
for
looks at you and
Lady J. What
Probably
happened?
not. He says, all I know is we were attacked. A whole bunch of the rooms were set on fire. I managed to crawl my way into this room and close the doors just so I could, well, not die, I guess.
Yep. It's pretty smoky out there.
Our room was the one just around the hall. He points to it, so that'd be the one that you were at just before you walked in. He says, so yeah,
How many corpses did I see?
you saw 2 other corpses.
Okay.
On top of the ones that we saw in the beginning.
Yes. Oh yeah. If you put your head into any of the and look in any of the rooms, you saw a lot of burnt corpses.
People who were sleeping in there didn't make it out.
Correct. He says, I really didn't see much after that. I'm completely tapped. I got no spells left. But he says, I didn't see anyone. I really didn't see anything after I passed out. So I honestly have no idea, which way everyone went. Oh, by the way, everyone has a hero point to start the start of the game. A reminder. Nope.
Pretty sure you can only do that once per round. Might be. I guess we'll see.
Yes.
Jana pointed out last session, he was also supposed to have an extra hero point. You
I don't know. It's so far away.
Jana, our little rules lawyer.
She's the one that actually pays attention.
Yeah.
The players don't.
Nope.
But at least Jana does, thankfully. Yeah, we'll give Keith an extra hero point, which will be gone by the end of this time.
You're damn right it will be.
So you see
or the other.
in this room 2 doors, left and right.
One we came in and the one we're gonna go out of.
Right.
So yeah, what do you guys decide to do?
Tell our Chucho to just chill in here.
If you feel up to it, you can run down the hallway and there's the Great Hall at the end. There are guards there and some more wounded and maybe some health. But we're on our way to the West Wing to do what we can.
Take a deep breath and then run.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
He says, well, I tell you what, as my loyal henchman, you could have the honor of escorting me back to the Great Hall.
I'm not going back to
No, you're gonna have to do that on your own there.
That's where you want to go.
No
You're by yourself.
fuckery of
You're loyal. What?
you.
I'm sorry, hench persons. Does that work better for you?
How about no?
So unless you're gonna come with us into the West Wing, your choices are stay here or make your own way down to the Great Hall.
No, I'm thinking his choices are stay here or make his way into the Great Hall. I don't want him with us.
He looks down the hallway, sees the smoke, goes, I think I'll take my chances here, he says. And he sits back down.
Stay low.
I'm with that.
All right.
Be
Which
back.
way do you guys wish to go?
I believe
Yeah,
there's
we'll
only
continue
one.
forward.
Which one? There's a door underneath Tweak, and there's a door right beside Obler, or Solomon. Sorry.
Oh.
There are 2 doors.
Don't think that's.
I
where
walk
we're
up to
gonna
one
leave
of them
it.
and see, or like I guess both. I want to see if one feels harder than the other.
Use the back of your hand.
What I was thinking.
Burns on the palm of your
I
hand.
guess that's true. Yeah.
Heal.
Use the back of my hand. I don't want us to go through a door that could be just fire on the other side.
Neither feels hot.
Someone take a quick look through the south door.
All right.
I
Well,
don't think that's going to a hallway, but it might go.
sure. We'll say that's the second door that I went to. I'll open it up.
Okay.
Tweak jumps up and positive.
I'll take a quick peek out.
Gonna say, Tweak, sniff under the door.
This slightly smoky room contains wooden racks holding various weapons and wooden stands designed to hold suits of armor. Many of the weapon racks and armor stands are empty. Several weapons and discarded armor pieces lie about the floor.
I'm fire up and detect magic again.
Is that
Oh, Janice says Keith and Owen are now cutting out now and then.
it might be just the way I'm moving, though.
Could be the
I'm moving in and out.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, it's triggering your gate.
I am right here. You could not go anywhere else.
Stay right here when I'm talking.
Oh, and no magic in this room.
A bit of a glare on the map.
Keith was asking if that's a window.
Is that a window to the outside?
Yes, it is.
Are you thinking of just going out the window and fucking off?
Avenues of retreat should always be noted.
So that's a yes.
No, not yet anyway.
But he's thinking about it.
I walk out and close the door. Let's go find Lady J.
Just the armory? Alright then.
So you look at the other door.
I will do the whole touching it thing. That's a good idea. It's not hot. It's not on fire. Alright, I go through.
It's this large room contains several padded chairs, a comfortable-looking pair of couches, several side tables, and a finely crafted billiards table.
Is there a way out?
1 second. And as he opens the door,
Imagine.
Impossible. Yep.
3 of the black tier
Go, bitches.
cutthroats
I'm
are
ready.
there. I require initiative, please.
Combat music starts. Oh, ew. Ew.
From here on out, I'm gonna avoid notice.
Okay.
Bad vibes. Oh my god.
Oh, nice.
Okay, Solomon, initiative, please.
25.
There you go. Ordella.
8.
Woo. Oblar.
I rolled a 3.
9.
Jesus.
This guy's also going to jail.
Sienna.
13.
All right.
I
So
won't take 'em.
Ordella, just a reminder, or sorry, Sienna, just a reminder that Tweak moves with you. All right, and we're going to start at the top of initiative.
Certainly not me.
All right, Solomon Dabblefinger.
So I'm directly in front of the door because I opened it. Or, no, I could be standing to the side and open the door.
Sure.
That seems like the sensible
Especially if there's a risk of a
sensible
backdraft.
happening.
You wouldn't know what a backdraft is.
I don't know what a backdraft is. I'm just being a sensible halfling because there might be enemies in there. I don't know. So I just opened the door from the side. So I can be right where I am.
We do
And
know that the castle is being invaded, so.
I see at least one enemy in front of me. So as an action, I'm gonna lean out.
Okay.
As my other action, I'm gonna throw my cooking knife at the
Okay.
Sorry, what are these guys called? The Black Tears?
Black Tears. Yeah.
Yeah, same guys we were fighting before.
So I'm just kind of leaning around
Yep.
the door, throwing my cooking knife, which is a dagger, at dude.
Yep.
And then as my third action, I'm gonna lean back in and take cover.
Okay.
Like it.
So I will attack.
Get him.
Back.
Chef viewers are flinching right now.
17 to hit.
17 to hit. 17 is your number.
Start using avoid notice.
All right. Sorry, how much?
5 points of damage. Because I wasn't
Okay.
initiative.
And last action.
Is
Take cover.
ducking back around the corner.
Okay.
Yeah, That's an entire other action, so I've got standard cover.
Cutthroat 2. One action is to step over there.
Knife out of his arm.
Second action is to fire his hand crossbow at Oblar.
Oh,
He's like, hi, Oblar. These are my boon companions.
24.
yes.
What are we, the
but not
Hilltoppers?
critical.
Okay.
Quite.
Not quite critical.
You take 5 piercing damage. His third action is to reload his crossbow. Oops.
That's the guy across the billiard table. Straight ahead from Obler. The one I shot, or threw and hit.
Action at a turn. Ow.
Gunfight for me.
Load ready.
Shoot.
Aggressive. Very aggressively.
All right. The other guy will. He's going to.
On.
Goes there. And then Sienna.
Tanglefoot against the guy I can see.
Actually goes from the edge of a square.
Yeah, it's difficult to tell
the
from
center
here.
of that square.
For line of sight.
Yeah.
Yes.
So no, you currently cannot see him. You'd have to step behind Lindsay
Or in front of Oblar.
or in front of Oblar.
You have to use an action to move.
Yeah. No, if you want that spot, I'll go in the back.
Oh, I'm gonna go in the room. So.
Are going in the room or you not?
I am going.
You are going in the room.
Yeah, she's gonna be piling in.
I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna beat some guys up.
I'll be right behind you.
Yeah. So
There's gonna be so much violence.
blood.
We woke up this morning and we chose violence.
Correct.
Actually, they woke us
I
up.
was gonna say.
They woke us up because so we're just responding.
Yes, we woke up this evening.
Morning.
We woke up this evening and we chose violence. Or we had the choice of violence forced upon us. But yeah, your choices are step behind Lindsay and fire your spell from there, or step in front and fire your spell from there. And everyone else will go through or around you.
Yeah, step in front.
So there.
Let's say I know which one I prefer.
Okay. So
Yeah, no kidding.
So,
Make sure.
Gwen, you move up there.
what is the guy there? Cutthroat 1,
Cutthroat
Cutthroat 2.
2.
My notes, he is just A2. Cutthroat.
Yay!
Got some cart.
It's a hit, even with a little bit of cover.
Right, now it's got 2 damage things on here. Not sure which one to use.
What are you using? Tanglefoot?
Yep.
It removes.
It's okay. Oh, he's out of here. He ran.
So you're going to put the first one on him because it was just a success, not a critical success.
Yeah, I figured that's what the differences were, but I was trying to figure out which one. But
Yeah.
it's the one where it just says speed minus 10.
circumstance, escape DC. Yeah.
Great, so he's stuck where he is.
All right, and that is
Oh.
Gwen's 2
Go down by
actions.
10 feet, which is a significant amount.
All right,
Yep, that's all I can do.
Oblar.
Lord. What am I going to do?
And he's got to burn an action if he wants.
'Kay, I can do both. No, because they're both attacks, right? So, Divine Lance, yes, it is an attack. All right, I'm going to Divine Lance him.
Okay.
6 to hit.
Okay.
23.
That's a hit, not a crit.
And I was choosing good, as I usually do. So 1d4 plus... 5 points of radiant, or 5 points of good damage.
It is very good. He is quite dead.
Yay!
And then I will step to, I guess,
Okay. And that's it for Oblar.
that's all 3 actions.
Ordella.
I'm gonna go into the room.
Okay.
I'll stay on, yeah, that side of the billiards table.
Okay. 1 second.
And
Cantrip, that's why I didn't count.
That's where you.
5, 10, 15. So 9.
There's
You
3
step
of them.
to there, and you see 2 of the guys there.
Now you can finish the action here. Finish off your.
All right.
Yeah.
Oops. Sorry. Wrong one. Okay, and readied actions go off as well.
It's like they knew we were going to start walking in the room.
It's like they knew you guys were coming. He will hit you.
At the assault.
Ah, 11. It's 11 hit? No? Okay, cutthroat 1. As crossbow fires off at you. 15, 1-5.
No.
Okay. All right. Continue your actions. So your first action was to walk in the room.
Yar. And then I'm just gonna hit him.
Okay.
I hit him hard.
Okay.
Not paying attention to my stuff. $16?
Against him. You hit.
Let's see.
As tall as you, probably.
It's probably actually about the same height.
Yeah.
For what, sorry?
How tall are billiards tables?
Billiards tables.
They're roughly 32 inches off the ground. They're pretty much same height as this. Yeah.
How tall's your guy?
Oh, he's a little over.
So you're over 36 inches. So
So it'd be like,
your head would be over the
yeah,
table.
the shoulder. It'd be about shoulder height for me. So it wouldn't be much of a crouch to get cover behind the billiard.
All right. Damage, please.
8
Okay.
slashing damage.
All right. That is your second action.
You cannot see over the
What
building.
is your third?
I'm
I cannot see over the billiard table.
Nope.
I'm tall for
You
a
can't see
half.
over most tables.
I trip them.
I'm tall for a halfling though.
You sure can.
So you have at least one free hand.
Yep.
Your target can't be more than one size larger than you.
Which is not.
Try to knock an opponent to the ground. Attempt an athletics check against the target's reflex DC.
Okay, go for it.
Might as well try. $13. Oh, what's in
Not enough.
No. That's also going to jail.
So one quick note for everyone is whenever they ask for a DC for any of your skills or your fortitude or whatever, just basically add 10 to that number, and that is your DC. So if I'm saying I need your perception DC, you'd look at your perception skill and add 10. Or I need your athletics DC for opposed checks or whatever. It's just whatever your skill is plus 10.
I see.
Make sense? So whenever, because that's how we figure out
And-
DCs.
Tripping is considered an attack, so
Yes.
you suffer from your multi attack.
Oh, okay.
All right. So that is the end of Carly's actions. And that brings up.
But you didn't have another attack.
Well, I hit him with my sword first.
Okay.
She moved, hit, and then tripped. Yep. Attempted to trip.
So that athletics roll would have been at -5.
All right. I need. She is going to.
All right, these are the two.
Assurance. Modifiers
Okay.
except your
That's awesome.
proficiency.
So you're. So Lindsay. Looks at all of you and she's like, "Come on, team! I know you guys can do it. Be the heroes you can be." Everyone receives an inspiring confidence from her, which gives you a +1 status bonus to attack rolls, damage rolls, and saves against the fear effect.
Nice.
For 1 round, so she is going to. Actually, I wonder
Lindsay.
if I just target you guys.
I was hoping there was a condition for it in.
And Solomon, where are you?
Although we could add a custom buff. Need the full version.
Okay, we do that, and then we hit this button here. Is it not adding that? No, it's not. Annoying. Okay. Let's see if I have to. Do it the old-fashioned way. Drag and drop. Mostly effects. Gwen. Who's using that? It will have actually affect tweak as well.
I keep forgetting about the cat.
That's.
Okay,
Yeah, I did try to.
Modifiers.
Try to do
I was gonna say, you're fine, yeah. You're all good.
oh,
I think you took your first turn very well.
Best choice, but I'll try shit out.
I mean,
Tempered him, and it's a valid choice. You slowed him down, and it will take one of his actions to put him back at normal speed.
so
In a situation like that, we would go bypass
Solomon.
him, and force him to either move to us.
the Solomon, do remember you have a +1 to hit and damage.
Damage. All right, Solomon is gonna scoot in here and
Okay.
end his move there. Crouch down a little
Go
bit.
here.
to the end of the billiards table.
like that. Okay.
That'd be like 5, 10.
15 feet.
Will that be providing?
5, 10, 15.
Yeah. So it's shoulder high on me. Will that be providing cover?
Yes.
That provides standard cover. So my next action is going to be to hide.
Okay.
That'll be my stealth versus his
Perception DC.
What type of bonus is Inspire Courage?
It is a good question.
That is a 22.
1 second, Keith. I should pull it over.
That'll be
Status bonus.
Damn. Does not.
Sorry, and you're doing against his perception?
Yes, 22. Versus the
Yes.
that's all the observers. So both guys, I have cover from them both. So
As far as you can tell,
oh, it's actually a hidden roll for you.
it should be a hidden roll, but that's fine.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's a lot of like it used to be like a 3.5. There's a lot of DM rolls. They really took that away in 4th and 5th edition for D&D. That everything was player driven. So it's going to take a while to knock that.
So maybe I'm
Because we've been
hidden-
doing that for
I'm
like 8
hidden
years. So
to him. So then my third action is
yes.
I'm gonna throw my filters fork at him.
Okay.
Dude at the end of the table.
All right.
Flat-footed. Was I successful in hiding?
You may roll, and I will tell you if you hit or not. And if you do, then I will tell you if he's flat-footed for you.
Okay. That is +1 from Lindsay.
It is a +1 from Lizzie. Yes. Every +1 matters, kids. Ronald the rules lawyer.
Shoot. Fuck that hero point.
Ooh, there you go.
I like it.
Oh no! All right. Sucky.
So now my filters fork is like in the couch or the table behind
Yeah,
him.
pretty much. Okay, and that is it for Keith. That was action 3 gone. All right, brings up Cutthroat 1. He is going to. Yeah, he's gonna.
End of the table.
He is gonna jump up on the table, run over here, and
I was
end
gonna do
there.
that.
Oh.
Now, does Sienna have attack of opportunity? Or sorry, Ordella.
Me?
Yes.
My actions, yeah.
You have a reaction called an attack of opportunity. He is moving through your threatened area. You get a free attack on him.
Yes, that's.
So this is your reaction.
He jumps up here and then moves down here. He passes through. Right. Do 3 times.
Yeah.
Do I include Lindsay's
Plus
Yes,
1.
absolutely. And the reaction for an attack opportunity does not use your multi-attack penalty.
No.
So it's just going to be a straight up roll +1.
Oh, well.
Oh, sorry. Your roll plus your attack
plus your
modifier
regular
plus
attack
1. Sorry.
modifier.
Sorry, your
No,
regular
no
attack. Yeah, there's no
multi-attack
multi-attack penalty.
Then 15.
Whoa.
Put it on the sun a little bit so it melted.
That is exactly your number.
Yay! Thank you, Lindsay. Yeah, no kidding.
Every +1 matters.
Damn, I should have just said 14.
It's only 4, it's like 4 damage.
And is that including your +1 damage from
Oh,
Lindsay?
it's 5 damage. I rolled a 1.
Okay. He now has you flanked. So
Damage is
you are now
damage is damage.
flat-footed.
Free damage is free damage. -2 to your AC.
As a free
flat-footed?
action, he
Yes.
drops the hand crossbow. He draws his dagger as his second attack action, and as his third action, he will stab you. or try to. 21,
Hits.
23 technically, because you were flat-footed against him.
Yes, it hits.
Okay. And doing 4 piercing damage. All right. Okay, so he is going to double strike you. He attacks with 2 daggers. Yep.
Oh, the other guy.
Yep.
16 versus your AC?
AC minus 2.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you're flat-footed, so.
Oh, there we go. So he gets to do precision damage on top of it. So 7 piercing damage. He will attack, and he gets his second attack off with this. So this is with a +4. That is 17 versus AC.
Hits. I could go down here.
And he gets precision attack again, because you're still flat-footed against him. 6 piercing damage.
I look so fucking rough.
We got you.
Look like you could blow on me and I'll fall over.
And then he's got 1 action left. Medic!
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
Lighten heal.
Heck yeah.
Hi.
Thanks so much. I no longer look hurt at all.
So then he stabs you a third time. So it's -8. So +1, +3. 16 versus AC.
It's magic number right now.
Even with the minus. Oh.
He still has a positive modifier.
Oh.
Well, it's also, you got to remember, it's also a agile weapon, so the penalty isn't -10, it's only -8. Ooh, God damn, he really has it in for you. That is 9 damage right there.
Still a 6.
Which guy is this that's hitting me? One in front or behind?
In front. The guy behind basically didn't do anything. Sienna.
Except provides
He is our level
flank.
plus a bunch.
Blink.
So you have a dude right in front of you.
I'm just debating whether or not to cast Shillelagh.
Shalala.
Shalagleg.
But you haven't read the cleric's
Oh,
hits.
sorry. And because I have my two O folks in the room, on the couch opposite, you see sprawled out with her mouth gagged and hands tied behind her back, Jathal.
Okay, yeah, that makes my decision.
Lady J?
Nope.
Oh.
Jathal is the
Lady with the scythe, right?
chick with the scythe, the big ass scythe.
I remember her. She was the elf.
Champion.
Elf, yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I have her miniatures, I think, on the table somewhere.
What the hell?
Yeah, that's behind.
I will cast Shillelagh, beat him with it.
Okay. So you cast Shillelagh. That should be 2 actions or a single action. I don't know.
It's 2.
That's 2. Okay. And then beat him like he owes you money.
Or like he's a redheaded stepchild.
I mean, that could be 2.
One do I use?
I see nothing wrong with that. Anyway,
I resent that. I feel attacked.
I'm on here.
Why does one say 1d4? My club is 1d6. Well, that makes it easy. Okay, so that actually casts Shillelagh on myself.
Yes.
Beat him with your stick.
What do I use Shillelagh?
Beat him with your beat stick.
Got the club on here, but I don't
Yeah, just
see
do your
the
attack.
bonuses.
And it will add the extra damage if they are aberrations, exoplanar, or undead.
As well as +1 to attack
There we go.
damage.
Now target.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that'll hit.
Whoa. That
Is that a critical?
is a critical hit on him.
Nice. So none of that 20, but still a critical hit.
Roll away.
Yep.
So roll your damage. It should automatically do the damage for you.
25.
2 ones.
What? You know what? You took him out.
Oh, he's dead. Yeah. It worked. Mission accomplished. Agreed.
Oh, yeah. I have. Yeah, hang on. I still have it set for.
Oh, the way we were
fighting.
doing it? Yeah.
One.
It counts.
So
It still will kill him anyway. It won't make a
8
difference.
points of damage will still kill him.
Yeah.
Just not 20.
Where is my?
It maxed the 6.
Got it. Actually, give me 20 points of damage.
There we go.
Catching up to do.
I do.
Shield.
Oh.
Who are you casting
my
shield on,
pickles?
Jenna? Harley. Okay.
Okay.
At least you're not in flank anymore. That'll help.
Thank you very much. This pickle's for you.
I would presume that would happen on her.
All right. So cutthroat 1 is quite.
I have a whole jar to eat.
Actually, I'm like halfway through it already, I think. It's not a big jar, and you were snacking on it before.
I was. I had a couple last time, though.
All right. That brings up Oblar.
Time to put my hair up. Shit's getting real.
Don't make yourself sick.
I'm at the fight. But you know what? Yeah.
You don't want any more pickles. We can put the lid on and put them back in the fridge.
No, man, they're good. They smell really good. That's what got me.
Yeah.
That's why I took the lid off. I was like, it'll
How
tempt
do
me.
I, Corey, how do I waypoint in this?
So
How do you what, sorry?
Waypoint? Ah, okay.
We did a 2 pickle limit in our house because we were all pickle monsters.
That's a very odd.
In fairness, my brother has a heart condition.
I am going to move to there,
Okay.
and I will cast.
But we all would have.
I'm going to do Divine Lance again, because 1d4 plus 3 is better than d6.
Okay.
I do believe he has cover, though.
Just because we weren't.
He does. He has a friend person in front, so it's standard cover.
These ones are garlic
That would
rush
be 20.
mini crunchums.
That will still hit even with cover.
They're very yummy.
Like you were enjoying them.
Fucked up. Nice. Max die.
Very garlicky.
Of good aligned damage.
Okay.
Hey, pickles are good for you.
Yeah. But you know what? I don't.
Okay. Oblar done.
It's fine.
Yes, that is all my actions.
Like salt deficit or anything.
Or Della.
A one-time excess of salt can still harm you.
What do you? What? Please don't break Carly.
There's a lot more salt in the food than our diet, our general diet is pretty bad for us.
We're good. Okay. Obviously, I'm gonna try and hit the guy in front of me.
Okay.
Not as bad as south of the border. Oh my god. So salty every time we go south. The food is so salty.
Just watch cooking.
I think I wanna two-hand.
Okay.
Oh, the recipes.
So one action to
The
regrip.
recipes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Old.
Yeah, I did. Okay.
An action to put 2 hands on your weapon.
Yeah.
Choking up.
Gotta put some stank on it.
Do I have the +1 still?
You sure do.
20.
That's a hit.
Or the +1 damage.
For me?
13 slashing damage.
Ooh. You cleave him in twain.
Oh, fucking rights I do. Bitch, how dare you hit me? Sometimes it counts to put that second hand on.
Gonna
Sometimes I'm mad.
All right, at that point, we're out of initiative.
Oh, that means my shillelagh's gone.
I went over to Jethal.
Yep,
But it
Jethal.
was an effective bot.
Oh wait, sorry, I gotta write some notes.
is that
It's 1 minute. Last 1 minute.
it's just a regular spell. It's not a focus spell.
A regular level 1 spell.
That's right. Your focus spell is your heal animal, right?
Yes. It's my kitty.
All right, you head over to Jethal. And she is conscious, but she is bound and gagged.
Why?
Untie her,
Bound
remove
and
the gag.
gagger. Yeah.
Okay. She looks at you and says, "Thank you. I can't believe that they got the best of me, but says, I'll." You do see that she looks pretty rough. She does have some, no bruising on her, but she looks pretty ragged.
Oh, medicine check would be required here.
Well, if you want, Charduccio is in the other room.
Go hang with him.
Well, I've got to go to her because I pull my cooking knife out of the dude dead on the other side of the billiards table, and then I go pull it out of the couch next to her.
It's like, yeah, it's right beside her head.
Pull that out and say, if you want, Charduccio's in the other room.
She says, "Yeah, she thanks you very much. She just when you go to like start checking her over, she's like, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Thank you. I'm okay."
We're worried about the smoke in the hallway, but everybody seems to be gathering in the Great Hall at the other end.
Pat her on the ass as she walks by and blame it on Oblar.
I'm better off than a lot of the people in that hallway. Most of them are dead.
Yes, you are lucky.
Who's still alive? And yes, I have noticed that you've changed Chartuccio's name.
Ooh. One second.
Not me, lol. I failed my recovery.
You don't have to read my notes.
You should have made them public.
I was like, just in case someone needs a recap or needs like a name. Maybe I won't make them public.
You're reading them.
Just do it for me. Yeah, I did not. I failed. Gotta make note of it.
All right.
Can I tried to do recovery again? Like, or is it like a one-time thing?
It takes depends on what you guys want to do. You
I mean, yeah, I don't have to right now. But
Jethal does mention to you as she passes by, headed to the what the hell is it called? The study, the parlor, the gallery. That she overheard that one, and she points to the guy who really shanked you.
The tough guy.
Yeah.
we'll call him the tough
Say
guy.
that he overheard him mention that the lady of the manor has been cornered in the dueling pit by the boss and 2 giants.
I'm guessing we better hurry.
Yeah.
Yep.
And she points to the door just below Solomon.
Last time.
I'm also at a first
I
level.
have cantrips.
I'm gonna put away my hand crossbow and draw out my longbow.
Okay.
Crossbow's not really doing me much good. And
All right. She says if any of you require, she can help treat your wounds. She says I have no magic left, but I do have skills in medicine.
Okay.
Time for that.
Yeah.
maybe she's doing that to
I'll lean over to you.
I look roughly 50% hurt.
reach.
You're right.
There's something undead about her.
Oh, because you can.
The medicine check.
Oh,
It just makes her
okay
hotter.
then. Then I definitely don't want her treating me. Can I get you to?
Yeah.
Well, rude. Treats wounds on Ordella.
Yeah, that's fine. I have no
could, but
issue
she's
with that.
probably more skilled than I.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I don't have a healer's kit.
I have no idea how to make this work.
I need healer's tools. I didn't have enough money to get them.
Make the medicine roll. We'll
It's
figure it out from there.
expensive.
She heals you currently for
Oh, that's not a good
8
number.
damage.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you.
I think the DC is it 20 for the medicine check?
So it's a 15 to do
1%.
2d8. It's a 20 if you wish to try to do 2d8 plus 10.
Yeah, I rolled an 11.
You could hear
So she bandages my wounds and
It doesn't really do any
help.
healing.
Correct. And you can only benefit from
no,
battle
it's staunch
medicine
the bleeding.
from one person once per day.
Okay.
Oh, if we're taking time to treat wounds, or was she doing battle medicine too?
She was doing battle medicine.
Oh, okay. If this is a battle medicine thing,
So does it take the entire 10 minutes?
Oh no, battle medicine
It's
is
a quick one.
can be done in combat.
Do you want to give
we don't have 10 minutes to kick.
So battle medicine is a feat that allows you to use the medicine skill in combat as an action.
I'm the backup out of combat healer.
Okay.
Well, I thought we were doing this out of combat because, we just finished combat.
Well, you do it out of combat, but it's still like
Really fast.
yeah, you do it quicker, right? So you can do this quickly instead of taking the Pathfinder short. Yeah.
Yeah.
Single action.
Well, then it really
one
sucks when
person-
it's like crap.
So the way it works is so Gwen has battle medicine. Gwen can try to do it on each of you once per day. Then it no longer works. But Jathal could also do it to you once per day. And then if Owen had battle medicine, he could do it to each of you once per day, et cetera, et cetera. So you can only get battle medicine from one person once per 24 hours.
But mine didn't work. If you want to wait,
Jathal-
I'll try.
Why? Yeah.
No, not after what you told me. I keep my distance from her.
I think Jathal.
She
Do you have a healing potion?
Yeah, don't we have
doesn't
healing
really
potions?
blush, but you can see she is slightly uncomfortable.
Didn't we find some
Didn't you
potions?
like healing potion?
I did, yeah. Do we want to use them?
Well, Oblar could probably
Yeah.
use it.
I could use it.
They are the ones that I stole from Lady J. I don't know.
We're going to
You're
be
using it in front of.
I mean, I found them in the garden.
You know what? We're acting in the defense of her and her.
That's kind of what I thought. I was like, let's take them and then like her enemies find
We'll just
them.
own up afterwards.
Yeah, let Oblar drink.
I would rather us have them than her enemies.
Okay, so what do I need to roll for?
I have no idea. It's a session 2 notes. 1 second.
Lesser, I think.
Yeah, that sounds right. Minor healing times 4.
Minor healing do for us, Corey.
Fuck if I know. 1 second.
The DM. Aren't you supposed to know everything? No, I'm just bugging you. Just so bugging you.
Minor healing potion does. Potion restores 1d8.
3.
Kind of figured that's what it did, but
Better than nothing.
Wow. And the next step up is 2d8 plus 5. That's a little bit of an increase.
it's also because we start beating you down. Like,
Shit, I just did damage.
From suck ass to.
that.
I mean, if you want to take your own damage,
I 4 of them.
Yeah, maybe I'll quaff another one. If you don't mind.
Jathal does look at you and says, I can patch you. You don't have to waste your resources.
I just give her the stink eye.
Okay. Kind of.
That gives me back 7, so I'm good.
I feel like we're gonna get along well.
Fine job.
Solomon,
Rodella.
are you in need of medicine?
I've been patched up.
Okay.
Anna did
Yeah, I took a little bit of damage.
battle medicine on me.
Use battle medicine on yourself.
And heal treat wounds on yourself.
So you can try to roll on yourself. You might also hurt yourself too if you roll low enough.
But, I mean, it's,
Yes, you can hurt yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of inclined to
That
let her
doesn't
do
really
it so
like
that I
the
can
end
save
there.
mine for when we don't have to go fight some freaking giants.
She says sure.
Want to come with us and fight some freaking giants? We're off to
I am
fight some
she says,
freaking
I am
giants.
out of spells and abilities,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Just about
What
it.
about your really cool site?
She does patch you up. She says it's in one of the burn rooms, unfortunately.
Is unfortunate.
Holy shit.
Yeah, she almost maxed it.
Thank you. You sure you don't want to let her help you? I mean, the condition is not necessarily evil. And it does track with what we know about
I
her.
drank 2 potions and I'm full.
She
I'm good.
stares at both of you as you're talking.
I had a whole lot to drink today.
Pickle juice?
Oh,
It's good for you.
And that's when I started gaming. Okay,
Doesn't
what do you kids
actually
do?
have-
Lady J.
The weirdest combo. I got a rock star and pickles. To eat.
Apparently, Aristal doesn't actually have anything specifically against undead.
No. You know what? No, it's fine. This is I think it's blackberry. It is.
That's what she said.
Except he doesn't like evil, so I'm going to assume she's evil because she's,
Not evil. She hasn't done anything to demonstrate that she's evil.
That's why I started gaming.
I've never met an undead that was good. So
Well, maybe you should have.
Technically, all the gods that have died and risen again as gods are undead, aren't they?
So there's a difference between undead and real alive.
Anytime a more powerful cleric raises someone from the dead, aren't they using necromancy to bring that person back to life? Aren't your healing spells
They technically are
necromancy?
necromancy.
feeling the sharpness of my day.
Aren't your healing spells technically necromancy?
Healing spells are the raising and resurrecting of dead people is necromancy. Healing spells are healing. But yeah, actual like resurrection, true resurrection, all that stuff is actually under necromancy.
That's actually really cool.
Words. Why?
Just be like the coolest professor. I just go over the
Hey, there's
Yeah, I just raise people.
Find the righteous.
Lady Jane.
Raising a family's hard, not if they're close enough together. What?
Thank you, J-Paul. We'll talk later.
If only
she
I was
says
playing
yes,
a
absolutely.
goblin. There would be just a rousing song of fighting frickin' giants and really off tune.
All right.
How's Lindsay?
You're a parting stink eye.
Was Lindsay hit it all during that? No?
No, she stayed back and
Okay,
did
she's
inspiring
good.
for you guys.
These are good.
Yep.
Thank you, making sure she's G.
Yeah,
All of us
she's
are-
sticking with you guys.
Perfect. All right, Lindsay. Yo, I give her a high five.
She loves it.
Your snap combination is great.
She again turns a little shade of red.
I think everyone does, except
All right. So Keith, when you open the door to the south view, the large room has polished
It's
polished
just
white
think of it like
tiles.
cucumbers and blackberries. Delicious.
God.
Salty, vinegary cucumbers.
With some garlic.
Yeah, just cap it right off.
Polished marble tile.
All right. This large room has a floor of polished white tiles. Hanging from the walls are various trophy heads: a stag with an impressive set of antlers, a large tusked boar, a cranky-looking oversized owl, a snarling wolf, and two different reptilian monsters.
This gives me, I don't know why. It's the energy of like those
Because the rug in
rugs.
the middle.
Yeah. The rugs that are really dirty. That's
I just look over at you.
I slip into the room. I'm moving
Dead
along the
trophy
wall,
animals.
and I tell everyone
Yeah,
to
no, I don't.
stay off of the rug. And these are just heads. They're not like posed.
They're trophy. They're stuffed.
So they're
Or done
full
something
animals.
with meat.
So whatever this one is, I hide on the other side of it.
That would be the
One time killing
really
an animal.
cranky-looking bird.
Yep.
That one I'm going to avoid.
I move beside him. I put my arm around him. Okay, guys, stay off the rug.
probably a good idea.
That's where the traps usually are.
I believe you. I don't trust you, but I believe you.
I trust and believe you.
Is the things in the corners here beside the doors, are those like light sconces?
Ballistas.
Yes.
What's this?
Ballistas. All
Miniature ones.
right, what do you guys do? Where do you go? Oh, you walked in and hung out by the
Yeah,
cranky-looking.
The cranky looking owl.
and tell everyone
Does the owl attack him?
do not step on the rug. That's where the traps usually are.
Are we certain there is a trap though?
I don't know.
Oh, you're saying stuff?
Rich people protect their shit, so.
Which joke's on him. The rug is the only safe place in the room.
And
I've done that before.
I have the trap finding feat, so if there are traps, I search for them without searching.
Nope.
Oh, nope, there's no traps?
Nope.
Well, as far as we know.
You know what?
He just
Just for shites and giggles, I'm going to cast Detect Magic in here. And then the cleric falls unconscious.
And Lindsay just steps onto the rug. Damn it, Lindsay! What did I tell you?
You actually do get a hint of magic in the room. Yes.
Okay, I'll try to. Can I focus on it? And
You need to make me a. Sorry, let me take a look here. It is a Arcana check.
Can I aid him?
by
I don't know how.
like-
I don't know.
Go team!
Yeah, I am trained in Arcana, so like I teach you the ways of magic.
Yeah, in like 10 seconds.
that's 17.
Well, there you go.
You think it might be coming from one of the weird lizard-looking creatures.
It's all because I helped you reposition your
But
hand.
check out that lizard creature.
Yeah. Oh, I'll go look at it. Which one?
The lizard creature.
This one?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Not this one.
No.
Okay.
minutes.
I'm standing there frowning with my arms crossed, looking very,
Please
very
make me a
unhappy at all these
perception check.
trophies.
I will give her a good one.
That's also what she said.
24.
You happen to find inside one of the mouths of the creatures
Nothing. I found.
I'm not taking notes again. Gosh, I'm lacking.
Let's do a sleight of hand for
As
that.
you see the glowing object move into my pocket.
Your DC is yeah.
You find a long, hollow,
Magic going. I don't know this.
a long, hollow proboscis. It drips a trickle of blood.
I found a nose inside the lizard.
You found a beak.
I didn't see any. It's magical.
Were there any bird people that we met in the?
I'll wrap it carefully.
Just want to make sure.
The one thing,
Sympathize with you.
Solomon, the one thing you notice is the beak is dusty. So it looks like it's been here a while. It does drip a trickle of blood.
Why is it dusty and bleeding at the same time?
Did you say taste it?
It's dripping blood down here and dust.
Don't taste it.
Hey, Jake, how you
It's like a
doing?
nose. So it's like a nose, or it's like a.
I forgot that I still even had that thing, that channel report ward active. That was my troll stop for Val. So I looked, I'm like, what is that sound going off?
Gwen, you'll appreciate this. We were playing Valheim yesterday, and I think Jana stumbled across like 6 trolls in like an hour. She just
Let's troll leather.
yeah. She
Hello,
equipped both of us with
Mr.
troll leather.
Nerdy Norther.
I stepped to
Our king, how are you doing, sir?
Sienna, and I'm like, what kind of animal is this from? Right in her face. I'm reaching up a little bit because she is dwarf, and
Oh yeah, you're.
That would be a nature
What kind of
lore.
animal is this nose from?
Blood red.
Yep.
I don't drip anything on her though, but I just like shove it right
It's
in.
really,
How kind of you.
it's really odd. Oh, jeez.
I know. Whatever it is, I know.
It is from
Yes, you do.
a bird called a blood seeker.
Okay.
It's magical. That's what Obler says.
Mainly.
It is, yep. Oblar, you do get the inkling that is the magic item,
Tick.
the magic you were sensing in the trophy room.
So it's a
will.
beak, not a nose.
Correct. That's why I said it's a beak.
Oh, okay. And where is the blood coming out of it? Is it nostril hole or
It's
is it
kind
like
of dripping
mouth?
out the mouth.
Okay.
He is
I
too.
can't spit on my
He is
finger and
tasting
taste
it.
it. I can't help myself.
Okay.
It's so wrong. So it's that.
Even I'm a little much like that's.
So when you taste it, you get a tingle, and you feel
High as fuck.
no. You feel if you stab, you probably will be a little more bloodlusty, and possibly do a little more damage.
The magic weapon?
Or it's an injector of rage drug. So bloodthirsty and do a little more damage. I wonder who that could be useful. I wonder who that'd be useful
Close your
for.
eyes.
Do not trust him.
You're in for a big surprise.
So one of the things you guys know,
That's what she said.
one of the things you guys do know is that there are several different types of talismans that when you affix them to weapons will
Right.
do things to your weapons. We're
Right.
guessing this is likely one of them. You would have to take a short rest, which is a 10-minute, and actually try to attach the talisman to a weapon, and then a property of the talisman would happen.
Here, stick this in your bag. We don't have time for that shit right now.
Okay.
Let's go save Lady J.
Just don't stab yourself with it.
Just don't
I
stab yourself.
carefully put it in my bag.
Okay. All right.
Give me 1 second to add this to you guys' treasure.
I gotta say that Solomon drank the blood.
He licked it, and didn't drink. He licked it. There's a difference.
okay.
There's a difference.
Licked the beak.
Research technique.
Can you lick the science?
What scientists have you been talking to?
It's a whole meme thing. In zoology, the science licks you.
I know, but
Well, yeah, exactly.
In anthropology, it might.
Chemistry, no.
Made damn code
Do
word.
not lick the science.
science,
Sociology
geology, probably
will
safe.
probably get slapped.
They're probably safe, but I have known people that licked rocks and died.
No, I love that.
230.
Yeah. If it's glowing and has a half-life, you probably don't want to be licking
All right,
the
so there's
geology.
only one door out of here.
There's only one set of the big double
No, do
D's,
not.
kids.
So this over here, that's the window outside.
There are always the double D's.
So in the corner here is a window outside. Or
No, that. Oh, sorry, that is also a door.
All right, we'll check this one first before we head off this way.
Opens into the armory.
Oh, so
Oh, we didn't.
we could
didn't realize there was a
No, because you never went into the room. You just looked in and went, "Oh, it's an armory," and then
They're
turned
all
around.
worried I'd bust out a window and run
I
away.
cast detect magic and then looked in the armory.
That's okay. We need to save our friend.
Okay, so let's.
They're all worried I'd bust out a window and run away.
I mean,
With that too. Because you were considering that window pretty
Okay.
intently.
No, but we do. If we do need, it's a good escape route. If we.
I wrote that down.
Okay. Because remember, the place is on fire.
It is.
Yeah, I'm not. I wrote it down.
Wrote it down. The place is on fire.
I did.
a couple of times actually.
The window in the
I'm still reading it.
Maybe.
Yes, indeed.
Listen.
one day I'll take the notes and just like post them onto our Discord and stuff.
My notes are awful.
That you could imagine.
I'm so grateful none of you can see my notes from Spelljack.
Well, those were kind of rushed in on the iPad.
All right, what do you guys do?
This is much better than having
So that's just the armory there.
Correct.
There's nothing helpful in there. But
Correct.
I think we might leave that door open though as the line of retreat.
I gently push Ardella towards the double door.
All right, let's open these bad boys.
I mean, she's standing right in front of the double door anyway, so
You notice
You feel this push on like the back of your thigh.
just before you open the door, you notice Solomon gets a little like here. He
Don't worry,
crouches
she'll
behind
cover that
Ardella, trying to avoid notice as he
Can I try and be quiet?
as Ardella opens.
Try and be quiet. I know it's probably difficult.
I mean,
but...
you can try, but the moment you open that door, you're exposed.
Okay.
All right.
Can I instead have my shield?
Maybe he's so short means I'm the
Can do
perfect
that
height.
as an exploration action.
Yeah.
Raise your shield.
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
I'd like to do that then.
So that means in the opening round you already have your shield raised until you start your turn.
As you open the door,
Wonderful.
you see.
Negative.
Oh, I should actually probably. I'll try to move this map over again. That should be
Ratio.
interesting. Should be this way.
I would like to have it open while we walk in.
There we go. Okay.
Don't you dare
You see,
pants me. Oh, not me.
Pants are made out of chainmail.
You see a female warrior in
And I will
chainmail
smash you with the shield.
carrying a great axe.
Shit, I'm so sorry.
oh, wait, she's
Can you repeat that?
with a great axe at the.
Female warrior carrying a great axe.
And you see two more of those black tier cutthroats, sorry. And that, of course, is initiative.
And I was in the corner
Yes,
avoiding
so you can
notice.
roll your stealth for your initiative. Everyone else rolls your perception.
Yeah, I think I'll roll my perception.
Oh, even worse.
Fire die.
Yeah, I might have to swap to digital dice soon.
Mine are both ways. I can swing both ways.
Could be worse. I could have rolled 1.
All right. So as you open the door, the large recessed area sits in the floor. This is a normal chamber. That'd be the pit part.
See Lady J anywhere?
Cordella opening the door.
Yeah. Racks containing practice blades and stands
pose.
holding suits of padded armor lining the north and south walls. You see there's the place has been littered with bodies. You can count quickly 8 of Lady Jamandi's house guards lie dead
Oh no.
among the cloaked corpses of 11 black-tier cutthroat and 2 dead ogres.
Oh, they took a lot out with them. Good for them.
When you arrive, you see Lady Jamandi facing off against a pair of frost giants.
Where the hell is she?
Awkward Mancer.
The awkward mancer.
So where is she?
I don't want to receive any healing from the awkward man.
Now, the interesting thing is they don't actually show where she is.
Wait, did you say all of her guards are dead?
8 of the guards are dead, yes.
Probably just in the opposite corner of the room.
Yeah, they're up in the northwest. They're up in the northwest area of the dueling pit, so
Up here.
yes, up in that top area here.
It's almost like they don't put them on the board, so they don't.
That
Because
would
they
be
don't
the
want us to
dueling pit
engage them.
proper.
I would assume so.
That's the dueling pit proper, and
You said that they took out 11 enemies, including 2.
11 cutthroats and 2 dead ogres, so total of 13.
And
a couple of the black tears, as well as a chick with.
right.
Maybe. I didn't mention the Awkward Mancer on Jake's stream yesterday, so it's possible somebody else picked up the name.
Okay, yeah, so the basics of this are you're not supposed to actually be fighting the frost giants. You worry about everyone else. All right, Sienna. Oh, Sienna, she's rolled through the combat tracker.
Yep, rolled like crap.
Oblar.
18.
Wow. There you go. Ordella.
Double mine. 8.
And Solomon.
19.
Ooh, there you go. And I need to quickly pull up Lindsay's initiative. Oh, wow. She rolls a nat 1.
Aww.
It's a 7, but it's fine. It just means she goes last again. All right, so top of the round. Solomon, you are currently stealthed, and you're currently unobserved because you're behind full cover, so no one can see you other than your friends.
As an interact action, I draw my loaded hand crossbow,
All right. Action number 1.
and then action number 2
Yep.
is, well,
And
No.
it's basically going to be lean
so for
out
those of
like
us
I
just
did
joining, last game, Carly said if we got X amount of crits, she would eat an entire jar of pickles. So that is her entire jar of pickles she has to eat.
Not all at
And
once. Slowly.
Yeah, slowly.
the stream.
Yep, they're going. Making some of us nauseous, but that's beside the point. An
Yeah,
entire
yeah.
jar of pickles, good lord.
I guess action number 2 would be to lean out and
Only 5 pickles left.
action number 3, fire from
A couple more hours?
Yep.
Yeah.
You'll have something
I'll leave it for later.
flat-footed.
Achievable.
so
I do it right now.
that's the guy that I can see the best.
Yes.
Anyone else will have cover
Yep,
to me.
that is Cutthroat 1.
He is flat-footed to me because
Yeah,
I
it's
use
in my
stealth
dress,
for
thank you.
initiative, and it's my first.
And I'm washing down with you.
Oh,
My delicious
honestly,
pickles.
I can do more than that.
Rockstar.
I'm just gonna interact, pull out my crossbow.
Yep.
I'm just gonna move in here.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20 to there.
Like so.
Giving Ordella space to get in.
Okay.
And shoot that guy.
Okay.
Because he's flat-footed
He
to
is
me because I'm
flat-footed
going
too.
before him.
I bet you do.
Total is 17.
That is a hit.
So that's D6 plus D6 plus 4. 6, 7, 11 points of damage.
All right.
Attacked one of the cutthroats, is that right?
You come out, do your famous William Shatner tumble curl. You fire your crossbow. It catches
know
the
that's how
guy
I
in
got
the
it.
throat and kills him instantly.
Oh!
Nice shot.
And third action. Oh no, that was all three. Sorry.
Yep.
Move and shoot.
Oblar.
Oblar is going to. And I move to there as an action. Longbow in hand, I'm gonna shoot
See you
it.
moving.
No, you gotta.
I don't even see a like a movement. I don't see anything for confirmation.
Because I'm. I know it's not letting me.
You did the click and drag.
Okay, I'm moving you.
Hey, back diagonally, down and diagonally.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
And I'm gonna shoot my longbow.
Ooh. Okay.
Like it?
Cutthroat number 2.
Yep.
Not quite as good a chance to hit, but it does have the deadly quality. It does. Nice. 19 to hit.
That is a hit.
6 points of damage, piercing.
Okay.
And then, since I have one action left, I'm gonna step behind cover.
So down one.
Yes.
Okay.
Which also clears the doors for my friends.
All right. Brings up cutthroat number 2. Cutthroat number 2.
This will not be my ongoing tactic for the rest of the battle. I just way open for you guys, and also,
Going to.
take the initial salvo.
Fair enough.
He is going to move there as his first action. Fighting pit is down about 2.5 feet.
Fighting pit. This is the word I was looking for earlier.
He will fire his ready to crossbow at you.
If I go in the pit, I can't actually see over the top. Top of my head's visible by 1 inch.
He rolls a crit.
On me?
Failure.
Oh. Crit failure. Yes.
We'll take it, yeah.
Thank you.
He, as his third action, reloads crossbow.
And reloads his crossbow.
Okay. She who is not named, she is named, but you don't know her, is going to move.
So, you know. Wrong franchise.
That's the first move.
Oh, no. Oh, oh, no. No.
Second move.
Sorry. Have my crossbow up between me and her.
Wow.
Stay away from me.
And she will swing away.
Oh, yeah. You're all... I'm still standing. Ordella, get in here. Ordella.
AC 20, 20.
Yes.
You're gonna give that to me? Oh, how nice of you.
Just barely, though.
$12 slashing damage. It is a great axe. And that was all of her actions. Sienna.
I'll move in. And one to the left where the light is.
Saw that whole thing.
So here.
Yep.
Okay.
That is all my movement.
Okay. That's only 15 feet.
There's a body part that's probably just hanging on.
Yep, 5, 10, 15. Yep,
Oh, it's double door. I thought I had to go this way. And
yep. No,
You're good.
no.
I swung both those
Yeah.
open very dramatically, and then held up my shield.
Yep.
Okay, other way I can't get in combat with that one.
Well, theoretically, I mean, you can like move a second time. You could stride a second time to get there if you wanted to actually go, like get in like melee attack. You know what I mean? Like you could move twice, right?
No, I was thinking of doing a cantrip against the guy across.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. No, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna do Ray of Frost on the guy on the other side.
Ooh, there you
There we
go.
go.
One of the cantrips you should look into also is Electric Arc. It is the top cantrip of
That's a cool
Pathfinder.
name.
You hit 2 targets.
Oh, nice.
And it's the only cantrip in Pathfinder that does damage on a failed save.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's really cool.
That's why it's considered one of the top ones, because you can hit 2 people and it also does damage on a failed save.
Does she
Don't remember
retrain
being
spells?
choice.
Absolutely. Yep.
There you go.
can 100% retrain
And
your
it's a
spells.
primal cantrip.
That makes sense.
Especially those of us that prepare spells.
Correct. Yeah.
We can,
Yep. You
as we
absolutely
have a
can.
list.
All right. So sorry, Gwen. So you're firing off your Ray of Frost,
Yep.
and you're firing at Cutthroat 2.
Yeah, the guy on the other side.
Absolutely.
Okay, so target him.
That's a hit.
Oh, yay, hit.
Oh, I still have your. That's why I have your inspiring courage.
Gosh, I almost wrote Sienna like science.
You still would have hit even with the 1 off, but hang on, before you do damage, let me pull.
I'm just trying to figure out which one I need to.
So there's usually 2 effects
Yeah.
on each spell. The top one's going to be your non-critical, and the bottom one's going to be your critical.
Yeah, so the fact only happens when I crit. Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
Right button? I don't think that's the right button. Oh, it is. Of course it's a one.
5 damage.
Oh, and it killed him.
Yep.
Woohoo!
Nice. Good job.
That is
Ray of Frost
Slap.
is 2 actions, so yeah, that's my whole turn.
okay. That brings up Ordella.
Heyo. Yeah, I'm gonna come in the room. And I'm gonna go right up to that big guy, girl.
Like a wrecking
So you go
ball.
5, 10, 15 to there, or are you going to try going up
You keep
and
going.
get flanked?
Keep going, yeah.
20?
How far can I move?
You have 25, I believe.
But people are hard corners, so she can't diagonally into that last square.
She can, but she doesn't have enough movement because she already moved 1 diagonal.
Square up. Then next time, either step, second action, to get flank.
Un momento. As you move in there, she swings
Oh, she also has
with her
opportunities.
attack of opportunity.
That's okay, because I have my shield.
No, that ends at the start
Yeah.
of your turn, though.
Oh.
Doing the as an exploration action, raise your shield. You gain that until you have your turn.
Does a 15 hit you? 1-5.
No.
Her great axe goes whipping right past your hair. You feel your ponytail lose about a 1/4 inch off the back. And that's where you end.
Hair?
Yep. So, like I said, so you could step if you wish.
Yeah. Which
And
would
you have flank, which gives her
Which flat footens her, which flat basically gives her flat-footed condition.
Yeah.
Which removes 2 off her AC. It also helps your rogue friend.
I was going to say, the big benefit here is that it helps your rogue.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take the step.
All right, so your second action is to step.
Yep.
Step into flank.
And then, surprise, surprise,
Swing.
I'm gonna hit her.
Yeah. And of course, you've got your shield up, so you don't have. No, but I mean, she's got her
She has a
shield
shield in her hand.
My hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah, it's a good point to have your shield.
22.
And she's flat-footed. You hit.
Yay! A guy that might like me. Yay! 7 slashing.
She grunts at the hit. And that is the last action you have. Okay. That brings up Lindsay. So Lindsay is going to.
My darling, I hurt.
Oh,
Not sure what you said.
it is a 60-foot emanation. So she is going to rah team. Stick your sword into her. She throws up her pom poms and inspires courage on everyone.
Heck yeah!
So once again, you guys have a +1 status bonus to attack rolls, damage rolls, and saves against fear effects.
Thank you, Lindsay.
Point out that that is only a single action, though.
Yep, absolutely.
Fourth level, I'll be able to do that. Doesn't.
Yeah, it's emanation, so it just goes around corners. As long as you can hear her,
Oh yeah.
she's rah sis boom ba.
You can do it!
Yeah, you can do it. And then she will. Oh, I wonder if I can do that one.
Probably going to hit him with a healing spell.
Sorry, I just have to pull up the spell.
Yeah, I don't have mine. I use it. That's game.
Images. Where's my spells? Just need to pull up all of that.
Spells are great for distance. Not a goblin. Damage.
No. Then I'd be singing too.
Not sing as a halfway?
Giants.
Like, can, but he can make goblins having a ancestry feat that they can basically annoy their opponents. So what she's doing,
that
but the
makes sense.
opposite.
Opposite of what
Okay.
they're doing.
So she emanates. She moves. As her. Then she can't do it. She's going to just move and get into a better spot.
I already forgot what Lindsay did. She just cheered? Yep.
Cheering us on, and she moved to a better spot.
And I will leave that.
Advantageous position.
Yep. She has another spell that I want to use, but it's a 2-action spell, and she had no line of sight on the person, so she just has to move in. All right, that is Lindsay. All right. Top of the round. Solomon.
I got you, Solomon.
Because I'm going to interact. Now I have a filter's fork in hand. Yeah. Hello, pretty lady. Not talking to you there, beast, the one behind ya.
Oh, you shouldn't.
And I stab her with my filter's fork.
Okay.
Dog stick in hand. He stabs.
Worst novel ever.
You can totally make money of this.
Is 21.
That is a hit. It is not a crit, but it is a hit.
So that's D4, D6, and backstabber. So
Okay.
5.
Nine total.
9 points of stabby damage.
Okay. All right, that was one action.
Welcome to Halfling Prison Shanking time. I stab her again.
Okay. And this is a agile weapon, I'm assuming?
Yes, it is.
So -4 on the attack.
Yes, I'm at +3 to hit.
And remember the +1 from Lindsay. Every +1 matters.
Yes. Yes, it does.
19 on the dice. That's 23 to hit.
Not a crit, but a hit.
Almost a crit. One off of a crit. 3 and 5 is 8 points of stabby damage.
Okay.
I'm feeling confident. I'm stabbing her a third time.
At a -8.
-8.
That is -1. That makes it 0.
Nice roll.
Aww, only a 5.
That is definitely going to miss. Oblar.
So,
The one nice thing I like about the 3-action economy, I don't have to ask you if you're done, because you just are.
right now, I could have taken an action and used my dual escape, but I got all excited.
There are also like actions like distracting, distracting with skills. There are, the trying to use knowledge skills to learn what your opponent has for abilities and stuff. So,
Corey, do you see that movement?
nope. Let me. Yeah, I can't. So here.
Feel how hard you press on the table.
Onto the steps.
Oh, it's on.
Okay.
There you go.
No,
Yep.
I wasn't pressing on it.
Okay.
Try
I was
closing
seeing
and
the
reopening your
bruises on the
map.
TV, so
Okay, I will.
you're pressing harder than you thought.
I've got a glare then. It wasn't allowing me. Thank you for the reminder.
All right. So that is a movement.
Yep. And then I'm going to use a 2-action cast to cast heal on my friend Solomon.
Which gives you the 30-foot range.
Yep.
I heard him say, "Don't worry, Solomon. I got your back."
D8 plus 8. I rolled a 7. 15 points of healing.
All right. So she goes. Oh boy.
Make this small so nobody can read it anymore. It's not gonna be public. No, it's
She is going to use a 2-action
You should not
attack
be embarrassed. This is great. It's just so
called an
it's good for
overhead
me.
smash. She raises her great sword way above her head and comes straight down on the halfling.
I grab it.
Hey, Scallon.
God almighty. 27 to hit?
That might be a crit.
Let's check. No, it's not.
Oh,
Oh,
I have an 18 AC.
You are fucking lucky because this would have been really bad.
Leather armor, baby.
All right, so we need this. Oh, yeah. 17 slashing damage.
I felt it.
he just healed you.
Well, then I don't have to make the fortitude save or fall prone.
no, he's already prone.
So there you go.
That's the thing. You healed me, so I would have been dead if you hadn't healed me.
I already forgot that's a thing in this game. That. And then he bounces back to his feet.
No, he still stays prone.
I know.
But now he's conscious.
And then she will use her spinning sweep with that attack.
I guess. And attack both of them.
Successfully strikes. Sorry. She spins in a circle. Oh, no. Sorry. No, she'd have to do something different. Okay.
Hitting all
Just gonna-
standing targets.
Yeah.
16. Thank you, Jenna.
That's really gross. Okay. So she is just going to turn around and smoke Carly.
Oh, just kidding.
Am I wounded one?
Oh, yes, you are. 100%. Plus.
Which is a condition you can put on yourself in Path Builder.
You are 19 versus AC.
It's AC is 18.
They call her max. 16 slashing damage.
Okay.
Well, you're just within my range.
I look rough.
And that brings up Sienna's turn.
Oh, I'm getting in there.
Yes, I'm just
Where you going? What you doing?
Could command tweak as well as move and attack. And tweak to attack her.
Yeah, I do have. I could do that. Well,
If-
I'd get tweak the help action to make it easier to hit her.
except she's already flat-footed. She's flanked.
She's well. So Gwen can't get in there to flank her because he's in that square.
But he is.
Yes, but it still doesn't make Gwen stops to be across to be
Yeah.
to get her flat foot. She's not. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It only works. Those two are.
My
Yes.
bad. Yes,
So
I
yeah.
forgot.
So Gwen, you could command tweak.
And say, support me.
Okay. So you're gonna go
I'm
in.
not sure which is a better spot.
You don't want to provoke.
So there would probably be the best spot to go. Anything more, you know she has attacks
What's
opportunity.
tweak speed?
I actually don't know.
Do you have tweak open, or do I need to give you tweak here? I have to drop them on you, like so. Tweak moves
Thinking about it.
35.
Swings around you.
35, so she could get here.
Second diagonal.
Yeah.
Also,
Have to
she
pretty
could
much go
attack.
straight in.
Understand the diagonals.
So every second diagonal.
Is 10
It's
feet
10
instead of
feet.
5.
Yeah. She comes around here. She can get to here.
Correct. So she would go
She'd swing out around and then in.
10, 15, 20, 30, and then 35 would get her right to there.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no such thing as diagonals in this game.
No, there are. Every second
one is 10
So if you think of how a triangle is, technically it's 7.5 feet every to go across. So the first square is considered 5, the second is considered 10 to give you your 15 feet of movement. So this is like old 3rd edition D&D. So every other
Played third.
so every other diagonal is 10 feet. So your first diagonal you're moving around is 5. The second one is 10. Then it's 5. Then it's 10, 5, 10, 5, 10 as you go.
Okay.
But either way, she can get there,
Yes.
and then she can support you.
Yes.
And it does not provoke for either of you.
And yeah, and she can do the support action. Action, and then Sienna attacks.
Yes. And then Sienna, you have
Basically,
Voldemira flat-footed.
flat-footed for her.
Correct.
So it needs her legs.
Actually, literally is what it says. They basically move around and basically just cause enough of a distraction to flat-foot the person.
Think about your cats when you try to carry anything.
Cat throws your enemies off balance when until the start of your next turn. Strikes that deal damage to the creature that your cat threatens. Makes the target flat-footed until the end of your next turn.
Yep.
Oh, but so she will be flat-footed until the end of your next turn if you hit, because of the cat's support actions.
Correct.
That's what's going on. So she's not flat-footed right now, but if you hit,
Oh,
she
then she
becomes
can-
flat-footed until the end of your next turn. I think it's only to yours and attacks. So
Correct. It is only it's only for her and Tweak.
Still good. That is.
Look, so it's not until the end of my next turn, it's till the start of my next turn. So if I don't get the support action now, then it never happens, as there's no point in having an animal companion.
Have her attack instead.
No, hang on. Let me-
That doesn't make any sense. Why would support be there if it can never be used?
Hang on. Let me take a look.
Your animal companion supports you. Your cat throws your enemies off balance when you create an opening. Until the start of your next turn, your strikes that deal damage to a creature that your cat threatens makes the target flat-footed until the end of your next turn.
So her support action makes her flat-footed against Gwen. It just makes her strikes. Makes the opponent strike flat-footed against Gwen's strikes. No, Gwen's doing it right. So just, yeah. It's all good.
Otherwise, my cat doesn't have a whole lot of.
No, I
Well, no, it doesn't have. Well, it's got an AC 16, so that's not bad. But it's not. If it can't actually help me, I wouldn't put it in a position to put it in danger. The flat-footed is condition lasts until the end of my next turn. My strikes deal extra damage until the start of my next turn.
Oh, okay, gotcha. But she doesn't have.
Flat-footed is against
Gwen doesn't
DC.
have
The
to
strike
do
is
it.
the damage.
Oh, I know. Maybe it's. Yeah, that's exactly right. Your cat throws your enemies off balance when you create an opening. Until the start of your next turn, your strikes that deal damage to a creature that your cat threatens make the target flat-footed. Until the end of your next turn. Yep.
Okay, so yeah, I have to deal damage to make it flat-footed. Is that the way that it reads?
Not how I'm reading it.
No, that's not how I'm reading it either.
Your cat just makes it flat-footed versus your strikes. I don't know that it helps anybody else.
Strikes that deal damage to a creature that your cat threatens. Target flat-footed.
It says your cat throws your enemies off balance when you
Yep.
create an opening. So you have to create that opening. Until the start of your next turn, your strikes that deal damage to a creature within your cat's reach make that target flat-footed until the end of your next turn. So whenever she hits the target that the cat is supporting her with and deal damage,
Okay.
that target is
Right.
flat-footed, and it doesn't say it flat-footed to
yeah.
her. It's flat-footed until the end of your next turn.
Yeah. So that's what. So you and your cat help the party. So it's not just you and the cat working together. So your cat basically is being annoying, like your cat is.
Biting
If
its
you
ankles.
hit,
Like Archie does.
if you hit, it basically the person is now looking at the cat also because the cat's rubbing between the legs like it wants food, and that flat-footens it for everyone around, not just people who are flanking. Yeah,
And then, conversely, your cat deals extra damage when its target is flat-footed. So next turn, on its attacks, it's getting a D4 extra precision damage.
It can't do support in anything but move. If it does support, it can only move.
Yeah, but what he's
And
saying
if
is
it
next
does
round.
Next
pounce or
round.
whatever, then it can't support.
Next round, you order it to attack, and it can attack
It gets
and
extra
deals extra.
So it's like one round it
attack
supports,
damage.
one round it attacks. The next round it supports, the next round it attacks. Is kind of the idea. So wouldn't you can do supporting? You can actually make it do support all the time, right? Move and support, or you could have it do a mix of both and do extra damage. Is
But
the
I mean,
idea.
it's
But I have to hit the thing first.
Yep, you have to hit it first. So. It's going to be all viewpoint if you don't hit.
Club. Get her.
And you also have a +1 to hit from
Lindsay.
which is actually on your
Come on, you stupid thing. Grab the dice, not the entire character sheet.
I always forget about Lindsay.
rude.
I know. So do I.
You should just be able to click on your
She's cute.
attack, Gwen, and it should fire off. You don't have to grab the dice.
Got the 3, the first attack, second attack, third attack. I'm trying to grab the dice icon, and it's been
Yeah.
working until now, but now it's
you gotta
grabbing the whole
grab.
character
There's
sheet.
3 attacks for us, and you got to grab the right number
Got it.
and bring it over to the target.
Minus.
I did not target her.
It's okay. 14 is
That's not
going
hitting.
to miss by a long shot. All right.
God damn it, now even the digital dice are abandoning me.
Just because one missed, they're not abandoning you. All right.
I've rolled some pretty shitty rolls.
Yeah, and you've also rolled good rolls. Welcome to Dice.
I take up my sword. I'm gonna try and hit her.
Okay.
$22.
That's a hit.
With +1 damage.
Damage on.
Both my attacks.
Can I use? You don't know if it's possible. He's a hero point on damage. No. All right. Well. 5 slashing.
All right.
That's sad. Okay.
That's attack number 1.
Yeah.
Or action number 1, I should say.
Yeah. I'll try and hit her again. Why not?
Okay.
Never know.
Wait, were you thinking of demoralizing her?
What?
Because
Demoralizing gives you -1,
Is that also like an attack?
stacks with flat-footed,
because it's a status effect.
and it's an action that does not incur the multiple attack penalty because it's not an attack.
You could do your demoralize as your second and then swing as your third.
Yeah,
Okay.
+1.
And if you're successfully demoralized, then it's
Successful on the
effectively a +2.
demoralization.
Sure. I'll try and demoralize.
Okay.
Do I have to?
Oh, yeah.
Intimidate.
Okay.
Versus her will DC?
Intimidation. 18.
That's enough to demoralize her.
Hey.
Nice.
I'm gonna kill you, bitch!
Exact words. That's an exact quote.
Now do your second strike.
Oh my, Ordella, your voice got deep.
Remember your +1 from Lindsay. And the -5.
So -4.
So -4.
Okay.
Got -3 to her AC for being flat-footed and demoralized.
Frick.
4 would be 15.
That will miss.
Wait,
Hell, no, you're seeing second.
No, I believe actions are taken.
Footed is a circumstance. Frightened is a stat.
Okay. All right. And that is.
Gotta move either way.
And it says all of Carly's actions. And that brings up Lindsay. Okay. Lindsay is going to, as a single action, fire off her Inspiring Courage again.
Thank you, Lindsay.
And as her double action, she is going to spray a vicious, toxic ink jet from her fingertips.
Is that what blinded the ogre?
No. Yes, actually it was. It's got a 30-foot range. 1, 2, 3.
While yelling duck at the rest of us.
Okay.
I've discovered yesterday that Zoe has a heated bed.
Plus 7.
She was all curled up in it, and Zoe came up and she's like,
Oh, 25. She hits her.
"Nice, my spot."
Her ink shot hits her in the face.
She pulls out a pen.
Literally.
Fountain pen.
Doing
In the
4
face.
poison damage. But more importantly... Jesus.
I apologize for
Honestly, yeah, gosh.
Oh my god.
But
That
she
even
also
offended me a little bit.
dazzles her for 1 round as the stinging ink blurs and distorts the creature's vision.
It blurs and distorts her vision?
Yeah, it dazzles her. Okay, what? Why can I not grab this?
Diagonals work for range as well, Corey?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this is what inspires me.
Okay. All creatures and objects are concealed from her. So concealing means... Okay.
Trying to get that sweet spot where I can 25 feet from my friendly targets, but 30 from my targets. Because
Both friendly and
my bow, if I shoot within 30 feet, less than 30 feet, I get a -2 because it's a volley weapon.
Effect on the bad guy.
Yeah.
But my heal spell
The rest
has
of us are
range.
concealed to her.
No, she...
that'd be like exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah,
30.
she has a concealed effect on her, so she has to make a flat check to actually attack you guys now.
It just seems backwards to me, but I guess we'll find out when we roll against her.
Frightened 1. And take a status penalty equal to this value to all your checks and DCs. At the end of each of your turns, the value of your frightened condition.
When we're trying to do stuff against her DCs, it lowers those too. Nice.
Like,
Just take the at the very worst, she has a flat.
She has to make so to attack someone, she has to make a flat DC 5 check to actually hit someone. Correct.
Stand up.
Yeah. Action and then stand up.
As an action. That,
Should be facing me.
If nothing else, that increases it. If nothing else, that
she's
increases it to a flat
dazzled
10.
by
Oh yeah.
Lindsay's
You can
attack.
still be observed. So, no, you cannot stealth in front.
Okay, anyways.
All right. Top of the round, Solomon. Mr. Dabble Fingers.
Footed.
Yep.
-2 to her attack rolls.
You might as well try standing up.
Frighten.
She's only frightened from her only. She's not frightened to everyone. Only the person that made it.
She is frightened one.
Yes,
Doesn't
but only
specifically.
against the person who actually did it to her. The demoralizing only works against the person who does.
That would be the difference.
Yeah. Yeah. Then each round, the
All I
frightened
saw was
condition goes down
condition
by one.
frightened one.
She's gonna want to move away from me next.
Nope. Nope. If she was an animal, yes, but no.
Now she's immune to it.
Let me double check.
No, that's okay.
But
Yeah, she takes a -1 penalty to, yep, checks and DCs. For one turn. Because she's frightened 1. If she was frightened 2, it'd be 2 turns. Frightened 3, etc., etc. So. All right, Solomon, what are we doing? Yep.
stab her right in the ass because she's facing.
Corey, the demoralize action does
Yep.
not specify it's only against the target.
Yeah, no, she's frightened 1. That's what I just said.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
He
Okay.
double checked it too.
Yep.
Does he feel anything different because of the blood he licked?
No. No, you have to actually add it to the
Okay,
weapon.
gotta
I just wondered.
I am gonna stab her in the ass. Down here.
Rude.
Yeah, I know. But you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm gonna hero point that. That's both my hero points, Scott.
Yep.
Not in my thing. 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
Yeah, that's plus 5 is 18. Right on. 5. Oh, 19 to hit Lindsay.
Yes.
Fun.
Yep.
Plus 6. 5 plus 6 is 11 points of halfling's prison shanking damage.
She is looking really rough.
I'm gonna attack again at plus 1. Plus
Okay.
2 from Lindsay.
That is such a great ability, I tell you. That because especially because it's a single action. That's a nice thing. So she can single action cast a spell, single action attack, whatever. Single
That's why
action
I'm
move.
gonna take the bard
Plus 2.
archetype. Get that by level 4.
17 versus her flat-footed AC.
That it's a hit.
Ooh.
And that is one dead.
Falls down. I look her in the eye and take a bite of sausage. Oh, that's covered in blood.
One of the things you guys notice also is that Lady Jamandi takes out one of the frost giants with her enchanted flaming Aldori dueling sword.
But of course.
She did that in the first round of combat. I just missed it because we were so busy.
Oh, we're busy.
And by the time you guys finish off
Our recount.
Volmira, she cuts down the remaining giant.
Wow, go Lady Jumundi.
It's DC 25 society to get her name. I don't know her name. In fact, I don't even know that she's a human because I didn't get DC 15.
Is she a human?
That's how silly the recall knowledge skill is.
Well, not really. I mean, you have to, like, if you don't know the person, even being able to guess their name is pretty damn important.
No, but I can't even guess their species, even though I'm surrounded by humans.
Yeah, if it's a common species, it should be easy to tell.
Well, yeah, a species is one thing. Name is
Surrounded by humans. There's one human in the party.
And there's dead humans over here and dead humans over there. A human fighting two fire giants or
Wait, she
frost
took-
giants.
I already missed. What did she do?
She took out one in the first round
Fuck yeah.
because she's got a flaming sword.
And then she finishes off the second one.
Oh my god.
Is it a rapier
the same
or
time.
it's a dueling sword? So that's like agile and finesse, isn't it? Solomon's drooling a little bit. On fire. He probably started on fires.
Were there any other threats other than them?
You are out of initiative.
No.
Okay.
You don't think she started the fires, do you actually? Oh, I was like, no way. No,
Yeah, why did she burn down her own fucking...
I really do need to hit a bio break after this combat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw up the poll for
MVP.
MVP, yeah.
and then we're going to go into a
Magic words.
yeah, but I'm not sure which mic I have it set up to anymore, so I'm just going to press the button. I'm going to push the button, Kronk. And we should have the MVP poll up for everyone right now. And then we're going to pop into our lobby. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Oh, Pickle Breath Carly. That's my new name.
What?
I don't even want your own breath.
No, but that's what I'm sure someone else did. Very garlicky.
Well, I'm way over here, so.
Put it your way.
Okay. So, Lady Jamandi,
How do you know that?
thanks you very much for your assistance.
Oh my god, I didn't. You know what? I just brought that up for the first time, right at the very end there.
She says, thank you. We'll worry about burying the dead later. I do need to get these fires under control and treat the wounded. If you wish to assist, that would be greatly appreciated. If you wish to retire to your rooms, that would be understandable.
Well, the rooms are burning down, so yeah. Probably out of the question. We'll help you put out the fires.
Yep.
Before
look-
she. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I say as I'm looking up from the rifle in the pockets of the dead. Only the dead enemies.
I do walk up to her, and I hand her what's left of what I took, which would be 2 potion. Yeah, as well as the bronze key, the potion of lesser fire resistance, and the potion of bark skin.
Here, we found these.
And I go, yeah. I apologize for taking your things, but I felt it was better that your allies had them than your enemies.
She looks down and goes, I understand that you did what you needed to do. And honestly, at this point, it's a very minor thing. So please consider that a thank you for all your help. And you may keep those.
I do give her the key. Yeah.
Yeah, she does take the key.
Here, this is yours.
And she just gives you kind of a knowing wink at that and puts it in her pouch.
Oh, she's so hot.
Money is safe.
She also
with us and from us.
I blush.
she also rewards each of you with 50 gold pieces.
Oh. I presume that's after we put out the fire.
Correct.
Running around shooting frost all over the place.
They didn't give me a.
Red Frost easier? Sure, Divine Lance isn't going to help.
And she is going to.
That's 50 times more gold than I had before.
It'll share.
Why is that there? Keith on.
I don't know why that made me laugh, but it did.
Interesting. Okay. You find 4 healing potions on her.
On the dead lady?
Yeah.
Job. Found 4 healing potions on her.
How do you know that?
I'm painting the
I
note.
was going to say,
I will share something like that.
perception DC 16.
And I'm not trying to hide. You,
No.
you see me. Guys, look at this. There are these.
Is it useful?
There are these.
They're, well, it says right on them. It says healing potion.
Oh, they're labeled.
I'm assuming minor healing?
Miners.
Sorry, this is just really.
I wrote down.
I added a whole bunch of weird stuff to this. Where the fuck do you guys find half plate?
Probably on Chicky with the axe. Or
No, you guys
in the
didn't take
armory.
anything out of the
No.
Didn't take anything out of the armory though.
No, but can I have her axe?
Solomon takes his hot dog, takes a bite of the blood-covered hot dog. Coppery.
I spat it out. I was like, oh. Reminder, note to self, do not eat after stabbing.
yes, you can. I'm just trying to find where it is.
Hot dog before stabbing.
Can you see as I write?
Yes.
Studded leather armor on that? Is it studded leather armor on the list? No, this is definitely not.
I wrote out.
Algorithms for Indeed are bizarre. I interviewed for a shop mechanic position here,
Yeah.
and now they're sending me a request that I apply for their shop assistant. Don't. Happy where I am.
We need you to fix the hydraulics inside this garbage truck.
Been there, done that.
Okay.
And it's 35 degrees out and you gotta be inside it.
The one shop I worked in had a sanitation truck that broke down in the field. They towed it to our shop, put it inside the shop Friday before a long
Very
weekend.
interesting. Okay.
So it was frozen solid when it came in. Didn't smell too bad.
Oh.
And then it,
That's okay. I live in cat hair.
in fact, Carly is 80% cat hair.
It's true.
My lungs are probably 80% cat hair. Hello.
Interesting.
right.
Okay.
So you guys all wear armor, right?
Yeah.
Archskin stacks with armor.
Got the good pain meds, so he's a little bit stoned.
Okay. So yes, you can absolutely take this. It's just not sitting here as. Sorry, my fantasy grounds doesn't have this as a treasure bundle,
As
which
per
it should
second
have.
level.
So she is wearing
So
chainmail.
not helpful at all.
She's carrying a great axe. There's 4 healing potions. a jade and pearl necklace, and a silver ring. And I have no idea what the fuck that is.
I'm totally chuffed with this looting, and so I'm not hiding anything. I'm like, ooh.
Treasure parcel. That's what's going on. I need to check on something here quick.
This'll all fence well.
Oh, target gains resistance 2 to bludgeoning and piercing damage and weakness 3 fire. Interesting. Okay. So bark skin not as quite as interesting as I thought it was going to be.
What is it called?
Target skin becomes covered in bark, literally covered in bark. The target gains resistance 2 to bludgeoning and piercing, but a weakness 3 to fire.
Yeah, absolutely.
Makes sense.
Resistance goes to 4. I hit him with a alchemist fire.
And he takes 1d6 plus 3.
Probably
And
just
then
said.
splash damage. He takes.
You also see on her
because you trigger.
forest green glass lenses are bound in rough leather, stitched with crude twine.
I will try putting those on if nobody else objects.
Oh, this is on the chick with the axe.
Yep.
Entwined with what, sorry?
They are a rough leather stitched with crude twine.
I'm gonna try those on, Corey.
Not particularly.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear them for the time being.
Green.
Apparently. Oh, was she close? Was she nearsighted? These are her reading glasses.
Carly, you notice that the great axe is definitely made of high quality materials.
Yeah, sure. I'll cast Detect Magic. Everything looks magical because I'm wearing the goggles. Great.
The great axe seems to be magical. The cloak you guys picked up ages ago seems magical. The potions obviously are all magical. You guys gave up the key.
Yeah.
We know what that does.
We're not keeping that. Yeah, yeah.
And the goggles appear to be magical. And obviously the beak as well, because
Are
correct. And that is a downtime action.
Anybody trained in Arcana?
I believe
Me first.
I am.
Oh, okay.
it can be a downtime activity. It can be a short rest activity. Long rest activity. An activity done outside of the confines of the battlefield.
Okay. And that's all of her gear. Okay. Weird. Yeah, they missed that. All right. It happens. They missed a treasure parcel. That's fine.
I'm gonna go search the two guys across the room too.
Yeah, you pretty much check out their gear. They're not carrying any.
If Lady J gives me the side eye, I'm gonna be like, spoils the battle.
She doesn't care. They're only carrying like daggers and stuff. They're nothing overly exciting. All right, so you guys basically spend the rest of the evening taking out the moving bodies, putting those fires out, helping treat the wounded and all that stuff.
Yes.
A few hours after dawn the next day, the situation at the manor house is more or less under control. Engineers from Restov have arrived and are busy surveying the fire-damaged parts of the manor to plan repairs, while the dead have been gathered and are being prepared for funeral services. Servants are busy throughout the manor and grounds, making minor repairs, cleaning up blood stains, or recovering from the ordeal.
Pass through the kitchen, I get a handful of sausages.
Yeah, grab something to eat while on our way to bed to go sleep.
Yeah, you guys do manage to sleep.
So that would be a rest.
Yes, this would be considered a full rest.
Hey. So you heal your Constitution plus your level. Constitution modifier plus your level.
Path Builder, you just click the rest button.
I'm at 2 hit points.
Minimum 1. Which kind of sucks because that puts your Constitution times your level.
Now, Ardella, you're still wounded.
I wasn't taking any. I didn't take
So
any damage.
unlike D&D, taking a long rest does not heal you. You need to be under, some medical supervision, which will help. So you can also roll to give Ardella back some health.
Rest, you heal your Constitution times your level.
Yes, yeah. Which it did
Constitution
for Ardella.
mod times your.
So
Why am I showing Ardella has damage?
If
I took that much damage during the.
Oh, did you actually track it on the character?
I did.
That's why, okay.
I was having trouble flipping back and forth all the time, so I.
you get 14.
No, that's fine. I just all of a sudden I look and I see damage on there. I'm like,
It was easier for me to do it on here while I was taking my notes.
Yeah.
Or
Carly, you get 14 back for my spell. Hey, how much are you still down?
you heal. You was out of combat healing too.
yep.
Yeah, I can use my medic skill on her before we go to bed.
I was planning on heal her in combat, so at the end of combat I would have healed her.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you tend them overnight, they heal. I think it's double. They have a successful check.
I'm still down 2 hit points.
We
But I can roll for that, you said?
All kinds of healing and tons of out of combat healing.
Yeah. That's the nice thing I like about.
But yeah, you get a rest and you get your spells back.
There you go. Your Carly, you're healed back up. She only has 2 damage right now, and your minimum is
Minimum
literally
is
2.
yeah.
So
Love it. Thank you very much.
Healing.
Some bandages on you before you go to bed.
The healing from resting kind of sucks if you have like a 12 Constitution, because you heal the same amount that someone with a 8 Constitution does.
Yep.
And you had to actually attain a 12, but they didn't have to do anything to get an 8.
Well, it's also difficult to get an 8 on con, but all right. So
Elves.
at noon, Lady Jamandi calls for you. Arriving in the Great Hall, you also see Amiri, Harem, Lindsay, Tatuccio, Valerie, and Jathal.
This is the next day?
This is at noon. So you guys basically fight fires like until dawn, and then you guys crash out for several hours, and then you're hauled back in.
Probably still looking a little bleary-eyed, especially from the smoke.
Yeah.
Eyes are all red-rimmed. And
I'm so sorry. You said Lady J, Lindsay, Tortuccio.
Basically, all the folks that were there last night, all the adventurers. Coming back in, you also see the Iron Race. You see Merv and a few others.
Right, Iron Wraiths or Iron Wolves?
Iron Wolves. I keep saying Iron Race. Yeah, I think Iron Race sounds way cooler than Iron Wolves.
I agree.
All right. So
Right, stood up, drop chain.
it is shocking how quickly Lady Jamandi's staff have restored the manor's great hall in the space of a few morning hours.
They're just that damn good at their jobs.
Yep. Very few signs of violence the night before remain, and things have mostly been returned to normal. As the adventurers who survived the assault take seats at the tables, other adventurers who arrived just today settle in as well. Even with the newcomers, though, there are far fewer heroes in the hall than there were the previous evening, and the atmosphere is serious and somber as Lady Jamandi steps up to speak. So I would like to thank those of you who helped defeat the Black Tears last night. And she takes a nod to you guys, to Amiri, and all the others. It is obvious someone doesn't like our plans to settle the stolen lands. Well, we're not so easily dissuaded, are we? I say no. And this morning, I would like to issue formal charters to all of you to begin exploring the stolen lands and make them safe for tomorrow's settlers. I don't know which meow that was. I think it was R2. So the first charter we would like to bequeath. No, I was right. Goes to the group called the Iron Race. It says so right here on the screen. Iron Race, not Iron Wolves. Iron Wolves.
I've only been saying Iron Wolves for two other sessions, but that's okay.
No, I'm pretty sure I said Iron Race, and I will edit myself saying Iron Race every single time. Iron Race!
Let's see.
She waves towards a band of 4 well-armed adventurers. The tales of your adventures have thrilled many Brevik nobles, and I'm excited to see what you can do with the exploration of the Glenbon uplands. Your charter is to establish a base for Brevoy there after dealing with the Tiger Lords, and then to open diplomatic relations with Pitax from a point of strength.
Sorry, that's to the Iron Wraiths.
Yeah. The Iron Wraiths make their way up to Lady Jamandi, and she gives them their charters. As they leave the room, they seem confident. They stride past you. They kind of look down at you a little bit.
Where were you last night?
Kill a few of those tigers for me, would you?
She says, hey, heroes, don't forget to bring your stuffed animals so you don't get scared as they walk past you. You hear one say to his other friend, I bet 30 gold these other adventurers won't last a fortnight.
We're going to find their bodies somewhere.
Lady Jamandi shakes her head in frustration and disapproval at these antics, but proceeds with the second charter.
I can fit my whole
Baron Heinous Drellov. As per previous discussions, your charter is one of specific importance for Brevoy. Securing the southern trade routes along the eastern Selin River and establishing a base for merchant caravans and barges alike is of the utmost importance. Hookton Slough will be your base of operations. You see a dour-looking nobleman taking his charter from Lady Jamandi with a crisp bow that barely is more than a nod. Then he just walks away from the room.
What was his name?
Baron Hannes, Hannis, Drelev, Drelev.
5 times fast. Oh my god.
Yeah. And sorry, he got the charter for where?
He got the charter to secure the southern trade route along the East Selin River, and it's Sellen.
1 second.
And establishing a base for merchant caravans and barges alike that is of utmost importance. Hookton Slough will be your base of operations.
Ah, okay.
She turns back to the room. Mager Varn, your father, Androth, has long been a faithful friend. Your charter assigns you to the Noman Heights to establish a town with the Varnling host. In time, we hope to establish an Eldori dueling school there, but in the more immediate future, we ask you to broker an alliance with the Noman centaurs who roam the region. I trust you and your fellows are up to the task. Magar walks past. He walks up to Lady Jamandi. He bows deeply, accepts the charter with a broad smile. As he walks past your table, he stops and says, "Hey, once you guys get established, I'd love to come visit so we can set up trade relations. Good luck," he says. With a swish of his cape, he turns and leaves.
Like a nice guy.
Lady Jamandi turns to your group. And last but certainly not least, last night's heroes. First, I want to thank you for risking your lives to help defend my manor. The courage, gumption, and skill that you displayed will take you far. I suspect for your charters, I'm asking you to travel to the southwest into the region known as the Green Belt, a swath of wildlands that includes a forest known as the Nell Marches and the hill country of the Camelins. We've heard that the bandits have grown particularly aggressive in the Green Belt, and they need to be stopped before anyone safely settles the region. A small trading post in the Rossland hinterlands has been particularly hard hit. I suggest starting there. Once the bandits have been dealt with, we'll be ready to bequeath you a more permanent charter to settle the land and establish a government of your very own.
Awesome.
This is where I had to stop the YouTube video because it was giving me spoilers. It's like, oh, I gotta stop there. I just remember mention of
And for those who are viewing, you will see that.
stuff too, right?
Oh, this has what I want to write down. Perfect. At one point I just stopped writing.
Yeah, it speaks much faster than you can type.
So it says, be it known that the bearer of this charter has been charged by the Sword Lords of Rostov, acting upon the greater good. The greater good. And, no one? Really? Okay, anyway.
I get your reference.
Thank you. By the office of the Lord Mayor of Rostov, the right of exploration and travel within the wilderness regions known as the Rostov's hinterlands and the Greenbelt. Exploration should be limited to an area west and south of Oleg's trading post, no further than the banks of the Shrike and Skunk rivers. The carrier of this charter should strive against banditry and other unlawful behavior to be encountered. The punishment for unrepentant banditry remains, as always, execution by sword or rope.
Harsh.
So witness on this 24th day of Calistril under the watchful eye of the Lordship of Rostov.
Sorry, just to backtrack a tiny bit.
Yep.
What was the what was the forest called in the Greenbelt region?
The forest is called the Gnarl Marches. So Gnarl Marches, sorry. Narl Marches. One word.
Yep.
In the hill country known as the Kamelands. Kame lands.
Oh, thank you. That's all I. That's yeah.
I can throw it in the chat for you. Another nice thing about.
So nice.
Yep. I theoretically could have thrown every single thing she said into the chat.
That's okay. This works for me.
Size, but it doesn't increase the size of the writing.
I know it's okay. I've gotten used to it. Hill country.
So as you guys go up and get your charter,
I pasted in my notes. I want it all. Thank you.
as you guys grab your charters, she does hand out other charters. Tartuccio grabs his copy.
Of this charter? Or is he getting a different charter?
He is getting his own charter. He looks at you and says, I'll have my own kingdom carved out before you're done wrestling with the dirt bandits, he says.
You can hide in the toilet there, too.
This is
Leaving with Tartuccio is Jathal.
Oh.
Oh, we shouldn't have left her alone in the room with him.
And,
Oh. I liked her so much.
and a couple others.
I also don't. I don't care.
Makes me wary of her, but she hasn't done anything untrustworthy yet.
She healed me, and that
We
says
all
a lot.
got problems. I mean,
Hers is just, a complete lack
I'm
of life.
short. He's shorter.
I'm pale. She's paler. Like.
I mean, this is true. So at this point, you guys get to head out into the stolen lands.
Problem.
With their own charter.
You have a cat.
I don't.
My cat's helpful. Eventually the cat will get bigger and be more useful.
Oh,
Map.
You get this kind of rough map.
Oh,
There's
that's
a little skull on it.
lovely. I'm guessing the skull is where they suspect the bandits are.
Could be.
Yes.
Ooh, there's fish in them there rivers.
At least one. One fish.
And I pull up my fishing tackle kit. Yes.
I couldn't afford one like thieves' tools.
All right.
Grappling hook.
So at this point, we're going to split you guys'.
I'm a catch
We
it.
just got some more money. I'm sure
Look
you
at
can
this.
buy one before we leave.
All right. So first thing I'm going
Look at
to
the scale
do
of that thing,
is
it's
I'm
huge.
going to award all the
fishing tackle.
XP. Did I get the quest in here? Nope, I don't think so.
Pickle is trying to be evasive.
I know.
All
right.
Defeat the bacteria.
Last Pickle! Well, it has been over like 3.5 hours, so it wasn't a whole jar. You did start it last time.
I swear, I only had a few last time though.
It's still a lot of pickles.
It is a lot of pickles.
I also didn't start eating them until like 2 o'clock.
Very nice.
Not drink the juice.
No, please.
Is there any way we can save these handouts to our, or are they just available to us?
They're available to you.
Can I add them to the? Oh, maybe not right now. But next time, can we add them to the little
Buttons?
yeah, the numbers at the bottom?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, actually you can. You just drag it.
Yeah, you literally just drag the picture down.
That could be a good spot to keep them.
Keys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, we have hotkeys in Fantasy Grounds, which is really nice.
Yep. I've got that.
Wait, can I
Can you-
hotkey my notes?
Can you reshare the charter to us, Corey? And I can hotkey it.
Yep.
Uncle.
1 second. Let me get back.
That's so useful.
Do, 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 do.
You know what? My notes are not as long as last time. That's a lie. My notes are longer than last time.
I can put tweak in a hotkey.
I think my notes are a little bit
There you
funner
go.
than last time.
He may have to drop it to you every time for you to actually control it, but I think you can still access the key.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start dividing up your, or adding your XP.
For now, I'm just calling us Oso.
I think last night's year was fantastic.
It's not a bad name.
Are we adding like a K to the night?
No, last night's year was
All right, all of that adventuring.
that stays with us all the time.
Oh, okay, apparently you're going to take the pickle juice home.
What's that?
Jenna says Owen needs to take the pickle.
Oh.
Fingers have been in it.
Yeah, no, we've got plenty of pickle juice on. I saved the last jar. No, we're good.
None of her fingers have been in it.
Yeah, that's true.
That is true. Actually, no, I scooped out and then I picked.
Still, I've got plenty. I saved our last empty jar, and we have a whole
I
other
mean,
full
we'll just
jar.
give Carly a straw and off she goes.
I just said I wasn't gonna drink it.
What a soup are you making?
A long time ago, I dated a girl that would do that. It was the grossest thing ever.
Oh, okay, you can.
Well, it is good for you.
All right, so
Athletes actually drink 1 ounce of pickle juice a day.
Plus electrolytes.
so who is going to carry on them the potion of fire resistance?
I'm carrying it so far, but I don't think it matters.
Okay.
I don't know.
I just because what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop everyone's inventory in.
Oh, I see.
So
I don't know. After reading about that bark skin potion, I don't want that one.
I've had it so far, so I can just keep holding on to it for now.
Okay.
And then if we want to use it or trade it for something later on, we can.
there's a lesser Tanglefoot bag.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay, that's going to Sienna.
Hey, when do we get that?
A while back.
Must have missed.
Oblar, you're taking
Yeah, we
the-
found out one of the first assassins.
I was gonna say, wait, maybe I
Goggles?
didn't.
Yeah.
Not looking
So
at
during your guys' downtime,
notes from
you do
session.
some research and looking into the equipment. The goggles are called Tracker's goggles. So the Tracker's goggles, while wearing these goggles, you gain a +1 bonus to survival checks to sense direction and track. If you fail to track, you can try again after 30 minutes rather than the 1 hour.
See, because I'm planning on being the party tracker.
All right. Yeah.
That was the plan.
Well, I guess we also found a great sword. In one of the rooms in
That
session
was
two.
Amiri's.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yes.
Like I have a whole bunch of stuff written down, and I don't know what it's from. No, we give it back.
One
Yeah.
kiss.
The Great Axe going to
Me.
Ordella.
Yes.
You find out that it is a +1 Great Axe.
Hell yeah.
Who is taking the bark skin potion?
I'll take it.
Sounds good.
I would use.
I think she'd rather kiss me than
I'm
you.
assuming
Get out of sight.
that
Can I?
I assume that Keith is going to be taking the Blood Seeker
Oh.
Beak, which is a talisman that when you add it to your weapon, I love this thing.
It's not a talisman in one use.
Yes.
Correct.
Talisman of
It is
Ornius.
a consumable one-use item. This long, hollow proboscis is harvested from the notorious Bloodseeker beast and drips a trickle of blood. When you activate the beak, you deal an extra 1d4 damage on your damage roll. If you use sneak attack damage on the creature, you also deal 1d4 persistent bleed damage.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Presume it's an action. to add
talisman,
it.
yeah. Talismans are a kind of a one-shot deal that you add to your weapons, and they just do a little funky thing. And that is
They make
for-
the weapon magical for the use of the
no.
They just do a regular.
There are a whole bunch of bolts. Oh my god, so many bolts. Chainmail. The cloak that you guys kind of just rushed past. This dusty coat is made of mangy brown and gray coyote fur. You get a +1 item bonus to survival checks. If you critically succeed on your survival check to subsist, you can feed twice as many additional creatures. All right.
Or the mangy coyote.
It'd have quite the smell.
Yeah, well, you know.
We can wash it.
I already have a cloak.
Wet dog hairs. That'll make it smell worse.
We can wash it with magic.
So do they do magic items resize? I have to like tuck this thing into my belt.
I love the image of you tucking it into your belt, so we're going to say you have to tuck it into your belt. There is
Scratching all the
half
time.
plate heavy armor. Is our AC bonus of +5 with a dex cap of 1. Requires a strength 16 to carry. Does anyone wish to use the half plate?
It's metal.
I believe the strength actually.
Removes the check penalty.
And speed penalty, and reduces speed penalty by 5 feet.
Correct.
If you meet the strength requirements. Half plate is medium armor?
Oh no, she heavy armor.
Heavy armor? You might want the half plate.
I can take it.
Because that's base 16 AC if you have a.
And that's going to go to.
Yeah, I got +2.
Okay.
16.
You have a grand total of
3 for heavy
11
armor.
minor healing potions.
Woo. There goes that around.
So you would have 19 AC.
Out your shield.
So we'll worry about moving those later because that's annoying. Okay, there's just a regular battle axe. Okay, so I'm going to distribute all of the money as well, which is 250 gold pieces and 10 silver. So give it a second because this is going to start dropping everything down. Blurk. All right, currently in the party treasury, there's 2 gold and 2 silver because I couldn't divide it between you guys. Now, you can sell a whole bunch of these items as well in Restov, which would include the battle axe, a whole bunch of bolts, chainmail, 2-hand crossbows, Um,
I'm gonna keep a hand crossbow.
minor jewelry and the studded leather armor. Do you have one on you already? A hand crossbow?
I took one.
Yeah, so yeah,
I'm-
you should.
I took one of
I'm
the bad
going to
guys.
give mine
hand
back to the
crossbows.
party to sell because
You're better with your longbow.
I'm better with my longbow, and if I can't use my longbow, then I use my spell, which is better than the hand crossbow. So
All right, so
I just increase the number of hand crossbows and take one off my character sheet, or
yeah, I'll do that. Yeah,
yeah.
3 here. Okay, so now this is gonna be annoying. Oh, blar.
We only have 2.4 bulk for all the stuff that I'm carrying.
It's the only problem with multiple potions. I have to actually divide it up multiply. All of them. And
Something else that we could add to I guess, like, the pot to sell would be the hide armor that I have now, because if I have the half plate, I don't need that one.
One second, just got to remove a whole bunch of items here. So basically, I'm dropping 3 potions on everyone, and then.
And we had a bunch of bolts all scooping up.
Okay, you're grabbing.
Another 10 bolts. I already had 10.
That's some of them. Okay, let's do that. Apparently, it dumped all the bolts on you. Oh, geez.
Oh.
That's funny.
Suddenly you're encumbered.
You suddenly have like 140 bolts on you.
Like that weatherman from the Muppets.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, then we're gonna sell the rest of the stuff. Sell 50%. Boom.
I'll delete those.
Yeah, yeah. I'll redistribute that. There we go. Okay, and now we're all caught up on all of that. Wonderful. Okay, so we are going to be done for today, as the next part of the story is going into the actual wilderness. All right. Okay, perfect. So we will be playing in 2 weeks. May's going to be a little bit of an odd duck because the 13th is we're normally supposed to play, but we have a friend's funeral. Not really funeral to go to. It's a celebration of life. So we'll probably play 2 weeks in a row after that. So on the 20th and 27th, I think we'll play.
I'll be in Vancouver.
You'll be in Vancouver for one of those days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I leave on the 19th.
Yeah. So
And I'll
basically,
come back
over the
to
next couple of games, we're going to be missing a couple of people. I think we're losing Keith. Next game, you're at the Expo.
No, I'm out for Saturday.
Yeah,
now
for
for
Saturday.
the Expo.
Okay, and then yeah, so we're going to get a couple of
Friday and
games in
Sunday.
and then go from there. So that's it for us. We're going to quickly bring up the credits.
Okay, I have them.
And I want to thank our new followers today, and I want to thank everyone for chatting in the chat. Jana Bear for all the CP bonuses, keeping people alive.
Yes, thank you.
The best, babe.
And with that, we're going to call her a day. Bye, everyone. See you.